Evening, lads.
Uh,
Pretty good. Impulse purchased a fucking SM7B last week, so now I have an SM7B. Yeah, I th-
Yeah.
I regretted it the next day because I was very drunk when it happened, but it was 2 day shipping, and I wanted to get one eventually, anyways. So I said, "Fuck it." Yeah, not one I'd recommend.
I was strolling through Walmart today and I found a Sonic the Hedgehog G Fuel.
Oh god.
And you can't just walk by something like that.
Yeah.
Um, I bought it. It's zero sugar, which is unfortunate because it's got that like diet soda aftertaste. But other than that, it's really good. It's peach flavored, which is a strange choice.
Mm.
And yeah, I was expecting it to be like blue raspberry or blueberry or blue something. Blue literally anything. But other than that, it's surprisingly good. My body's just realizing this is the first energy drink I've had in like 3 years and it's not liking it.
The only time I drink energy drinks is in times of desperate need, driving long distances or just staying conscious at work.
See, there was a period where I drank so many energy drinks that they do nothing for me anymore. They just make me feel sort of bad.
Mm.
I would like start my day with two of the big monsters and then like a Red Bull,
Oh my god.
and then throughout the day be like sipping on other monsters, and then for the final stretch at work during afternoon break just like two more Red Bull, here we go.
Jesus Christ. Hmm.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was working in a fruit packing shed. That shit sucks.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I worked in a kitchen that was also like it had a gas station style convenience store attached to it, and we just operated both. And there was a like 3 hour period at the end of the night between the last customer coming in and my shift being over, and I would just like fuck off for those 3 hours because I didn't need to be there. And it was at a like a college student union building. So there was just like a game room just across the way where I could still see the register, play like ping pong and pool with the students, and sometimes I would bring in my Switch and play Smash.
There you go. Paperwork and heavy air quotes. Mhm, mhm. Legendary.
Yeah, food service at a college is also very good because like there's this period where all the other better choices are open at the same time we are, and we're just dead. And it was usually at the end of the night because, you know, you get drunk, you don't want a like a turkey sub.
You want some Mickey D's?
You want that fried food. You want them onion rings. You
Yeah,
want a
yeah,
burger.
You want that good.
yeah. That good, good.
Hello, hello.
Yo,
Hey,
oh shit.
ooh,
Hell yeah.
oof.
Well, at least you don't have the map tools problem of now all that progress is gone.
If it makes you feel any better, anytime I open map tools, it always crashes on me anytime I open it.
Oh,
Yeah, I said map tools, but I meant Roll20. Roll20 just doesn't work on Google Chrome for my computer for some reason. It always just crashes and API issues. Is what it is.
I personally have Chrome as my backup because it's like super reliable, but primarily not for
Except for RAM
ultimately.
issues, but other than that, like Chrome is pretty good. Just
Mhm.
sometimes RAM issues.
Yeah.
you
I've
just
been
get
offered
64 gigs of
GX, the
RAM. Why?
browser made for gamers.
I have been meaning to try that, but I also am lazy.
It's really
Use
good when
Brave
there's one
today. Be
extension you
brave.
desperately need.
Get brave.
Brave?
Oh
Be
yeah,
brave.
Brave. I heard about
Get
that.
brave.
The new hot browser that the kids are using.
Not Mozilla.
Zoomers just had to be chaos incarnate. Yeah.
It's why I still haven't installed TikTok. I don't see no use for it.
Just don't ever install TikTok. Is my advice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have friends that are on TikTok. They know my sense of humor. They just send shit to me that they think I'll like.
The only
And then I
social
don't
media
have
I
to deal with all the
actually use is like
bullshit.
Twitter.
Um,
But Twitter's more like half news nowadays, honestly.
The only social media I use is Discord.
Yeah, I've only got like Facebook and Discord. That's it.
we're missing Salazar. Mhm.
All good, fam.
I knew I forgot to open something. I didn't open my overlay. Yeah.
When we started stabbing spiders, is that right? At this tree? Or, well, messed up
Yeah.
their tunnels.
Yeah, the hole is in the ground and light has been thrown in there, and I'm certain they'll be happy about it because now they can see. Smile.
That's not the only thing that's in the tunnels.
Oh, I thought you came out.
Nope, not yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Only in my head, but
Only the most important part of the body.
when you got a charisma stat this high, the head is not the most important part of the body.
Like,
Charisma
he's
monster
ugly.
hog.
Do I need to cast Fey Passage too now at this point?
Oh yeah, you're also Pukatinian.
We're both just ostriches with our heads stuck in the ground.
Hello.
Yo,
Hello, hello.
what it do?
Let it be.
Wait a minute. Who's scribbling on the tree trunk?
That was me. My bad. I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't
Maybe
see like
just
an eraser or anything.
Select and then like click on it and then hit delete.
Wait, say that again.
Like the selection tool, and then just click on the drawing and hit delete. Like on your on your keyboard.
Oh boy. Oh. And then, okay. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna practice. There we go. Nice. Perfected the move.
So over this past week, I saw something that makes me very, very tempted to take a level in Bard just for Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the fucking XP to level 3 video?
No. Y'all need to keep an eye out for Mind Goblins.
Mind goblins.
Mind Goblin these nuts.
Damn.
Fucking damn it! Just.
I mean, well, technically, Duke Wellington is a mind goblin.
I just
He fucks with your mind, and he's greedy like a goblin.
just threw myself into that minefield without even thinking about it. God damn it! Alright.
Hit him with a Vicious Mockery and then dab.
Am I the only one who doesn't see any tokens?
There are no.
Just double checking. I might just be blind.
It just means there's no combat, so we don't have to worry.
So, guys, what are we gonna do about the spiders?
We're gonna fucking fight them.
You know
Need
what?
We need that EXP, bro.
You
I-
guys can fight the phase spiders
Actually-
all you want.
If we're gonna do that, our best bet is to probably smoke them out. I have an incense. You can stick it in the hole.
I am going to cast Shatter as soon as I see a spider. I just want to clarify.
All right,
Like-
yeah.
I mean,
I'm
just
I'm
don't
aware-
collapse all of us into their
I
tunnels.
am aware this will have consequences. We'll deal
Oh,
with those
no.
when we get there.
Do you let the group know, or is this kind of independent action
It
of you?
depends how quickly the fucking spiders get here.
All right. So now that everybody's here, I'm gonna go through a quick recap, just since we're taking a week off. But last time it was a pretty decent session. We did pretty well. The party met Jade Mountain Tree, and they learned that he has heard of Duke Wellington. He knows the name. Jade led them to a village nearby to hear about a quest that he didn't particularly want to take.
K-Cat Village.
Yep. So the party realized very quickly that they don't like Jade very much due to his conceited nature and the fact that he only does what he wishes to do in that current moment. Very Tabaxi-like. The party decides to not take the quest given by the elder of the small village, but offered that if by chance they meet the young man they're supposed to rescue, they'll give it a shot. The party continued towards the pyramids, spotting some trees covered in a shimmery sheen material. They continued on after a quick mishap where Harry got stuck to a tree. And then as they continued, they spot a very large tree, the tree, in fact, that Jade had talked about. He told them to be wary of the tree, and anything past it, it was the edge of his protected territory. After deciding to get a full night's sleep right next to said tree and wake up the next morning having heard a lot of shifting below the tree through the night, Strombo decides to take a look below the tree and gets Kale to poke his spear into the ground and creates a hole. Strombo fits his head through with his Svei body and sees an ongoing darkness and decides to use his innate fairy fire to give it some light. As the magic, the non-hot fire lights up the area, a few spiders are seen, 2 snap out of existence, and this is where we're going to pick up. So,
You know, I was fine with spiders until they snapped out of existence, and now I'm very, very concerned.
I'd like to
Bye,
clarify.
everybody.
I'd like to clarify that Salazar took the Elder's quest. He's just not doing a very good job of it.
got it.
Yeah, Strombo's in the same boat. We got the
We don't have
quest,
names
we
or
just
anything?
didn't- We
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't get
do the
names, we didn't get
objective of
location.
Find the
He's in a
information.
den somewhere between the village and the temple. I think
Yeah.
he's in the desert.
Yeah, so as we pick up, and these 2 spiders snap out of existence, the very first thing I'm going to get Strombo to do is roll a perception check.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like when you make me roll things.
Ow, there's a million spiders.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I rolled a D100 to start the session.
Hey.
Yeah, see, we're fine.
sweet. So,
All right.
Strombo, you see a myriad of things going on, just in the quick glance, depending on what you're deciding to do here in a second. So, what is your action? And I will tell you how much you see based off of your roll.
Okay, so having lit the area up and seen a bunch of spiders and 2 of them just poof out of existence, I pull my head out of the hole, start covering the hole in dirt because it's only an inch wide, saying, there's spiders in there, we're not messing with that.
So
And I'm covering up both of the holes.
as you pop your head out, you clock a few things with a 21 perception. So you clock the phase spiders immediately snap back into existence, next to a few bundled up like things of web, one of which is screeching, probably the screech that you heard as y'all poked the ground earlier and messed around. And the
Hold
other
on,
one,
to clarify, is the bundled web screeching?
the bundled
or
web.
Okay.
The other
The
bundled
victim.
The other bundled web is muffled screams.
Definitely victims.
Yeah.
And since, I mean, at least like me as a player, I would probably guess like the shimming crap on the trees is probably like the spider's web of some kind.
It was some kind of blood.
There's
Well, after the things got caught in it,
yeah.
there was blood all over. So I'm just assuming it's like some form of like these spiders' web that's all over the trees.
Yeah, that was my assumption too. Because I mean, it's sticky. There are spiders. I can put 2 and 2 together well enough.
Just some like weird thing where the webs act as like arteries in a blood, like a blood system or something. They just soak them in and they transport it to like the heart, which is like the tree or something like that. That's all I could guess.
Wait, Strombo, what did you see down there?
All right. Well, there's there you see there's a lot to unpack here. There are, and this is just a rough estimate, a fuck ton of spiders down there.
Are we gonna smoke them out?
Is there any
They
chance
appear
we
to
can narrow
be
that down a little
phase
bit?
spiders.
Alright, would you say that they're in some kind of den by any
They
chance?
are in a den, and there were a couple of bundles of web, and one of them did have muffled screams coming out of it. So one of them is probably a minimum of 1 person.
We're looking for a guy that's in a den, yeah?
That is, in fact, true.
Hmm.
But I need to repeat, a fuck ton of spiders.
How about
big,
we just do fire in the hole?
how big are these that we're about?
So, Strombo, you off of the 21 clocked. So there are only 2 that kind of popped out. Other than that, there's varying sizes. So there was some giant spiders. There's some like little swarms of spiders, and then the 2 that phased in and out of existence.
Can I get a rough estimate on the number of spiders?
Yeah. So
Roll 3d100s.
as you were in there, the quick look that you got, you could see that they're all like flurry of motion. So you don't know the current number of spiders, but when you lit it up, there was 3 swarms of spiders, 4 giant spiders, and 2 phase spiders.
Do you want to know how Harry deals with spiders? Harry can help with this problem.
You know what? I'll leave y'all to do the big area damage that y'all are real good at, and I'll clean up the rest. I mean, at that point, there should only be like 2 or 3. I can probably stomp on them real good.
Harry will then walk up to the hole, take his foot, and uncover it, and cast Sacred Flame in the small little hole.
Sweet.
I was about to say, could anybody speak with animals? But
Hey, hold on, let me just tear
I
up
hit it
the
twice,
paper.
my bad.
You're fine. Let me open.
And then Harry would also cover the hole back up after casting.
All right. Oh, I can roll it just from D20. I'm not gonna type it all out. Y'all can't see it, but it's fine. All right.
But Harry, what if you kill the guy in the den that we're trying to rescue?
Just sacred flames the bundle of web.
He
Dodge this.
wasn't holy. Put him if he's holy.
I guess if he's meant to be helped, then he wouldn't get burned.
Exactly.
Hey.
Okay. So 2 save and 3 are hurt.
A sacred flame? Ow.
Sacred Flame's only a single target.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
a single target?
Yeah.
It's single target.
It's radiant damage, not like fire damage or anything.
I don't think any of us are a high enough level to have any decent, good area of effect stuff.
Ooh.
I
We
got,
got shatter.
we got shatter.
Yeah.
I definitely read that wrong then. On second
We
fire.
needs a fireball.
Alright, cool. So we'll just go with the first one. It fails. Okay. Cool.
Also, it gains no benefit from cover. Not that that actually matters, but just heads up.
Not really.
We can see it through the fucking floor. Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's why Sacred Flame's cool. You can actually do it kind of through houses, like through a window and stuff.
Yeah, definitely read
Ah,
that.
yes.
Definitely
Roll a
read that
Sacred
wrong.
Flame window.
So,
Yes. Let me just activate my wall hacks.
Alright, so as Harry goes up and throws a little bit more fire into the thing, I want everybody to just go ahead and roll for initiative.
Right.
I think we need to have our tokens on the map so they're actually in the fucking window.
Oh, I can add them.
Okay.
This is more of like for upcoming. I'm not gonna like make y'all in it right now, so y'all can still act pretty freely.
Oh, besides those two like inch-sized holes, I don't see a way in there. I mean, I would probably just ready and attack if something
I'm
pops up.
certain the spiders are about to fucking make one for us.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'll
I'll
just
just ready my
ground.
longsword.
Or the
full gra-
phase spiders are just gonna hit us with the fucking teleports behind nothing personnel.
Yeah. Hey.
Nice.
For the dex tiebreaker, my dex is 16.
Your dex is 16. Mullets beats you.
Hey, you fucking better.
At this point, he better have Dex on par with me.
Alright, y'all can also, yeah, drag your things out if y'all want to, but, cool. So, y'all are all taking the wait action.
Wait, were we right here? I think we're right here. I know we were somewhere around this
I
tree.
don't know where my token is. Am I supposed to save that or something?
I think y'all are right out. Oh, hang on. I have to activate things. And be on the
Yeah,
right.
so where were those like two holes where like I'm just gonna ready and attack next to them?
Sweet, okay. Let me drag out y'all's stuff too.
I'm just gonna like back away from the holes and ready a radiant sunbolt.
I will
Yeah.
I'm preparing shatter for Strombo's fucking sunbolt to go off.
Let me at him.
I don't want to ready in action. Instead, I want to cast
him.
guidance on Cal and say,
There you go.
use this for any animal handling checks you might need for spider. You're good with animals, right?
So clairvoyant.
Looks
Salazar.
at character sheet. Yeah.
You had a horse at one point, right?
Oh fuck! Can we get a giant
Oh.
spider?
How'd you remind him of that?
Yeah. What if we get you like a war spider?
That'd be pretty cool.
So
Wait,
how
can
how
you have a spider
do I
just
get
mount?
my token on the map again?
I am working on it. It's not
I
letting
guess-
me at the moment.
Guess if like
Okay.
a giant spider's mountable, it could happen, but that'd still have to go through like the whole bonding process with it.
It would still be fucking sick.
Just
But
a
it would be sick.
montage of like you pushing the spider on a swing, the spider pushing you on a swing.
I think you're about to have your bonding event.
What Harry?
You're gonna
What
get
Harry would
bound,
do
you
is-
motherfucker.
Giant ass spider that a 7-foot stoic could fit on.
Yeah, so it's not even letting me like ping where the stuff is. So I'll have to move off this map eventually. But
Right there, is it right there? Is it right there?
I have no idea if anybody's pinging anything. I don't know if I froze or what, but we'll see. Actually, let's just. Did y'all move?
I am moving my token currently.
I can't move mine. It looks like everyone else can.
Yeah, I can do mine.
Well, I can't even
good.
swap to maps around, so
Oh dear.
I'm gonna refresh real quick. Roll 20's
No problem.
doing hot tonight. It looks like.
Wait, check around you for space spiders real quick.
Yeah.
Teleport
so
it in
as
for real
y'all are-
life.
As y'all are all readying your actions, it doesn't seem like anything is happening at this point so far.
What
Um,
Harry would do to Reddy, because I didn't say, because I was waiting for everyone else, is he would walk over to the hole and then walk 30 feet away from it to like the left and make another hole, cast thaumaturgy on incense, and put the incense upside down to smoke them out.
okay. Yeah, so far, nothing's really happening as y'all wait. I mean, y'all are waiting, a minute, and then it's 2 minutes, and then it's 3 minutes, and y'all are kind of wondering what is going on at this point. How long do y'all intend to wait?
Probably not too much longer. I think Cal would get a little impatient and just probably start walking around the tree to find like some kind of entrance, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to make me an investigation check.
Investigation. Nice.
Oh, you have guidance for that because I
Oh.
can't.
That's right.
D4.
Nice, 16.
One. Okay, 16. Yeah, so you see like a few knots in the tree that seem to go a decent ways in. Some of them are different sizes. But as y'all look up like into the actual wood of the tree, rather than at the roots, and as it turns daylight, you can kind of see like the shadows go on a little bit longer than like a hole in a tree should.
Like at the trunk or?
Just all over the trunk, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look inside the trunk, see if I see anything.
Sweet. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think Stoics get it. Oh, probably not.
Do any of us have dark vision? Or I guess Salazar does.
The dwarf has dark vision, and none of the rest of us do.
Sweet. So as you look in,
I
you can see
my face bit off.
Oh damn. You can see just a little bit of like smoke coming out of it. But nothing really inside. And if everyone wants to make me a perception check, you can.
If it's really that dark, I'll beckon Salazar to come over and take a look inside.
Sweet.
Just move. I'll
Salazar
roll my
got a 4,
perception.
so.
Yeah. Well, that was for something else. So Salazar wants to make another one to look in the hole he can. Yeah. So everybody except for Salazar, who's being beckoned and walking over the roots, can feel that underneath again is a flurry of motion, like an anthill moving underneath. And then Salazar, as you look in with your dark vision with a 13, you can definitely see some of the smoke from the incense coming up the hole. And you can see like little tiny spiders like moving independently, like almost like freaking out, fleeing an area, moving either up the tree or just away from where the smoke seems to be coming from.
Do I see the bundles of screams or whatever?
No. You don't see them, no.
Alright, guys, I think it's time to
Any
leave.
spider comes within Harry's range, he'll smash it with his mace.
They killed the hostage. We failed the negotiation.
To be fair, you don't know how far away this is from that room, but yeah.
Where were you supposed to negotiate with spiders?
Yeah, they have the guy that we're looking for in the den.
Well,
I
we're
don't
not
know
positive
if you
it's
can,
him.
No, it's him.
Negotiate with spiders.
I like
Strombo's-
negotiating with spiders as Harry like rubs his mace as he says that.
Strombo saw the guy. He said it was him.
I think in my pack I have some torches. I'll probably like throw a torch in the knot just to see what happens.
Sweet, yeah.
And again, might kill everything in there.
Yeah.
Including our hostages.
81 and then 55 spiders come out.
No. The 81 is for something else.
Yeah, do you guys want me to throw a torch in there? Or
it.
just are we gonna wait
Yeah,
around?
go for
Okay.
it. Go for it.
I can yell in
Oh,
there
yeah.
if you want me to.
Oh no. We'll try to bring them to us. I'll like light a torch and like throw it into the knot.
Sweet.
As you throw it, Harry will cast Thaumaturgy to make it more fiery. Make it a little bit more thicker.
Sweet. So as you throw it into the knot, you hear like a lot of like chattering, just and so 55 like individual like little spiders like come out and flee, like not part of me, like normal spiders come out and kind of flee, and you kind of hear a little bit more shuffling before you hear almost like a thump from deep underground.
Nice.
Um,
Summon the spider kraken.
and pretty much all of the spiders under you go quiet for a moment. All the little spiders still going on, but like all the like motions under you go silent.
Oh shit. Uh, Galahad might think it wise to start retreating.
So as
Much of the aspect of a new mount sounds intriguing. I'll probably start backing up too.
Okay.
I told you all this is a
Advise
bad idea.
the party members to back up as well. If anything comes, I'll still take the front though.
That is decidedly on a tree root.
Sweet. So as y'all start headed towards the trees, remember y'all are in a clearing where trees kind of surround it, and there is webs on all of these trees. You can now see that the webs have been interwoven into a circle, as if through the night.
Oh.
Oh, we're surrounded?
Not like surrounded, but like you can see like it's a definitely like a thinner web, but like the spiders had woven just a little bit of a web like in a circle around the giant tree, using the trees that already had web on them. Like they were kind of resetting their trap. It's not super thick. It is super thick on the trees where it has stayed and been like reapplied a bunch of times, but like in the actual like clearing, it is decently thin, as if they don't want somebody to see it. So y'all aren't trapped. It's just
they're just veiled traps, or they just haven't been set yet. Is that what you're saying?
no, they've been set. Y'all can like see the sun like shining off of it. Like the spiders kind of like relayed their trap for the night, went back inside.
It's
Yeah.
like those spider webs that
Figure
you're
out.
just like walking down the hall and suddenly there's just a fucking spider web in your face.
Ah,
Yeah.
cobweb.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Oh, do we want to just keep moving or stay like kind of stand our ground?
Y'all are more than welcome to keep moving. I will just say that you have to make a dex saving throw as you walk through the trees.
Do
Galahad's waiting on
we see any more
Galahad's
smoke
roll.
coming out through that knot?
Yeah, I mean it's
From
just
the
a little trickle. Well, from the torch, yeah, from the area that the torch is in is starting to catch a little bit more and more. Like y'all threw a full torch into a live tree.
Oh shit!
Oh, hell yeah!
Only you can cause forest fires.
That's
I
well they
I
deserve
think
it.
this is big enough fire yet.
Double down and throw a scorching ray at the tree.
Yeah, go for it.
I will also attack the tree with Sacred Flame.
Okay.
You fuck it, torch it. Why
Actually,
not?
no, never mind. I can't do that because it's only a creature. And unless you count this tree as a creature, I can't do it. Never mind.
The tree is
What's
not a
this?
creature.
What's this tree's AC?
You hit the tree.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Yeah. I don't know what Salazar is trying to send, but yeah.
36
Oh,
fire damage to a tree.
I was trying to look at the scorching ray description, and then
Oh,
it
got
gives
it.
me that.
Bonk.
Yeah, so as y'all rekindle some of the flames and light the tree from other areas, it's definitely burning slow. Like it was somewhat a live tree, but being as hollowed out as it was, like it's definitely burning and going all the way up.
Nice.
Hey, Strombo, I have an idea.
Is
You
it
see-
to get away from here? Because, I mean...
No. We've got to complete our mission. You see how all the spiders are leaving now because of the brilliant firing of Cal and Harry.
Did
you just
hear
need a
the biggin that was down there, though?
No, I got like a perception check of a 3 or something. I just need you to squeeze back in there and grab the screaming bundle guy that you were talking about and bring him out here, because that's definitely the son.
How exactly do you expect me to bring him out?
We just dig
I
a
can
big hole.
squeeze through.
You
know what?
You don't
Y'all are
tell
more
him
than
I
welcome
can do
to
it.
dig
I
a
can
big
also squeeze
hole.
through. Just let Harry do it. Harry will help and squeeze through.
All right, Harry, you got this.
So are y'all digging the bigger hole?
Are you gonna make a bigger hole? No.
I'm not.
I'm not. That dude's
I mean,
dead.
I can use Fey Passage.
I
Yeah.
think with all the smoke that's out there, he's either like died of smoke inhalation or he's gonna burn eventually.
All right, then we gotta go back to the village and tell the guy his son's dead.
Oh, it's
I'm
not
gonna-
confirmed. It's not confirmed. We don't know if it's him or not. We just heard muffled screams.
Hey guys, can anyone light my hand up? I'm gonna go with my hand in first so I can see. So just him going in
Harry
like
have light?
Superman mode.
Sweet. So
I do not have light.
The best we got is
Whoever.
fairy fire.
Yeah, the fairy fire is still
Light.
going. Like you would know that
Yeah.
as it's your magic, so you can let him know.
Well, I got fairy fire going down there, so you'll at least be able to see where the spiders are. There's
Okay,
also
go on.
active fire down there, so it's probably lit up.
Sweet. So as Harry squeezes in, are you squeezing your whole body or just your head, like Strombo?
Going all the way in, but like Superman mode with this first.
Sweet.
God.
So as you go in, y'all have changed this a little bit because y'all waited.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you go in, Harry, you see 2 swarms of fire still lit by fairy fire. A bunch of bundles, like all these little things are bundles of creatures, none of them moving. Some of them have like a very white sheen, like you saw up on the trees. Some of them are almost like a greenish blue sheen, and have been kind of piled up in a corner. But the walls and the floor are all covered in web. Absolutely covered in web. But you see the 3 spiders. The swarm of spiders is almost like trying to get down this little cavern that goes straight down. It's just a little hole in the ground. And then there's 2 entrances to a tunnel, basically, off to the right.
Are any of these bundles the screaming one?
As soon as so he wouldn't fall to the ground. And then after flying, he would survey and be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should.
Yeah,
I know
so,
what to do.
Harry, make a perception check for me. 21, cool. So you don't hear any of the muffled screaming coming from here. You don't see any of the bundles moving. All of these bundles are either hung from the ceiling, deadpan, or piled up in the corner. But you do hear from this cavern right here, this screeching noise from earlier.
Well, I'm not going to go in there by myself because I need some help. So I'm going to make this hole a little bit bigger. Harry will slowly start heading up, casting tremors to make the hole big enough for him, and then pop out. So maybe like a minute or how long ever it takes.
Sweet. So from above, all y'all see is this hole just getting larger and larger.
Ready an attack.
Spiders coming out, guys. Harry failed the mission.
I would like to say I'm still going fist first.
Okay.
So you see his fist first.
Yeah. So all of a sudden you see a fist pop out of the ground, almost like Night of the Living Dead, just grasping.
These spiders have hands.
The spiders got people hands.
I guess as soon as I see the fist, can I tell if it's alive or dead?
Yes, you can tell if it's alive. It's alive.
Oh, okay. I'll drop my attack stance, and I'll just assume it's Harry, and go to grasp his hand and pull him out.
Sweet.
You pulled Duke Wellington out of the dirt.
So as Cal helps pull Harry out, the hole gets a little bit larger more quickly, and light shines into the cavern, lighting it up for the rest of you guys, showing that most of the spiders in the room have fled, either getting away from the smoke and what they think is fire, because there's also smoke. But yeah.
What did you see down there, Harry?
I think I found a cavern of some kind, and there's ways down. So I think we all need to go if we want to save, because usually the helpless man is on the lowest level with the queen. Hostages are usually by the important people, not the peons.
It's true.
The logic's there, but I really don't want to follow up on it.
Well, if you guys aren't going with me, I'm going in by myself.
I'm going in with you, Harry.
Oh no! Don't act rash. If we're going in there, we need to make this hole bigger. We can all fit.
Yeah, that's why I came up with rope. So if you want to tie it to something at the top, I'll bring it down.
I do have rope, I think. Yeah, I got 50 feet.
Cool. So what are you guys gonna try to tie it to?
Hey, the distance is from the top to the bottom, would you say?
Yeah, it's 2 stories.
Is there just like a root that's kind of like sticking like up from the ground, kind of like an arch that we could tie it to?
There's no arches. Like you could see the roots coming up from the ground, but like they're still embedded.
Oh, they're all embedded. Okay.
I mean, the ground's
So
pretty
they-
loose here. We could probably.
Anyone have like pinions or anything?
Pythons?
Pythons, yeah.
I don't. Although, like, the
I
ground
don't
is
either.
pretty loose. We could probably just make some empty space under a root.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. If Harry wants a thaumaturgy, like an area like underneath the root that we could tie the rope to, that'll work.
Wiggle, wiggle, tree, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. So as y'all kind of dig out some area, it's gonna take y'all a few minutes to do it. I mean, these roots are pretty large to get a hole all the way through under one. But yeah, y'all can definitely dig it out.
Weird.
Oh, better be safe than sorry.
And then before anybody goes down, Haley would fly down and be ready to catch anyone.
Okay.
Salazar falls.
Decidedly does not use the rope. Oh no.
He just jumps in.
No, he used the rope.
Okay.
That's good.
I have a +0 athletics, so you can only hope so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the hole's big enough for Cal, he'll attach a rope to himself and go on down.
Sweet. So as y'all go down,
Strombo, just being the extra bitch that he is going to fly in such a way that he's just walking vertically down the wall.
so
Wait, is the webs on the wall?
there are webs on the wall. There's web, like the whole room is kind of encompassed in webby material. It's not like you're stuck like it is up at the top, but it is considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
It
So
is.
did all the spiders flee by now?
Nope. So there are 3 spiders still in here, and as y'all plop in, I'm gonna say it was quick enough that they wouldn't have attacked you individually, but the bigger spider is gonna just and the swarms are going to very reluctantly stay at their order from a bigger spider to turn on the new invaders into the colony.
Where are we popping up at?
So y'all will pop up right about here.
Okay. Drag my token.
Yeah, I can drag Harry in. and they are gonna make some initiative rolls because I didn't know how many of y'all were gonna fight.
Is this the same area we like started to smoke out?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is like a y'all did the incense smoke in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would I be able to tell that this is a different area than where I was looking?
No, this is the exact same area you were looking in.
Okay.
And they all almost have the same initiative, but because there's a big spider and a small spider.
I'm really. Oh,
That means the hostage is dead.
Ooh,
At
Strombo.
minimum-
Y'all
at
rolled
minimum
initiative
one of them
already,
beat me.
but
Mine was
Oh.
an 8.
Oh yeah, from before.
yeah, I just didn't know when and what y'all would do, so I went ahead and had y'all roll it.
Okay. I
Ooh,
had
that nat 20
16, so one better.
Could
Yeah.
I get control over my token too, please?
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Man, if only I could keep that 23 instead of fucking 8.
Right? I wish I could keep the 24 instead of the 14.
I'd say
You're
if your
still ahead of
initiative
me.
is after
Ah,
the spiders, it'd
Leon!
be better for AoE. But they're moving closer, but
See,
we'll
right
we'll
now
see what
it'd be
happens.
perfect, 'cause
Yeah.
I can fit all of these motherfuckers in a shatter.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's that huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Cal, you're actually up first, and remember this is a
Nice.
difficult terrain. But yeah, I will say that
Um,
as y'all fell in, y'all could see the spiders, so you readied for combat, kind of as y'all
My,
grappled
my
down.
There's
initiative window got
this guy and the two
busted.
swarms.
Correct.
Okay. Well, 5, 10. I'll probably go up. Well, I could go up here, and I'll attack the swarm with my longsword.
Sweet.
Let me get that going, y'all.
25. That'll definitely.
25.
Yeah.
So I'm sword and boarding this, so we'll take the one on the left, one-handed damage, and
Sweet. So 10 damage. You kind of smash your sword down just as much broad space as you can to kill as many spiders as possible. You see about half of the giant swarm just get smushed.
nice.
Alright, and that's your turn.
Oh, yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Alright, so that will bring it to Harry.
Oh,
May you bless
go.
And which one are you hitting?
the one that Cal's just hit.
Okay, cool. For 8 damage.
Flow damage that day.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but as the bolt blasts into it, you see all of the spiders in this little group are no longer moving.
Nice. Hit Harry.
That would bring it to Strombo.
Alright. So it's all difficult terrain, yeah?
Correct, unless you are flying.
Nah, I'm not gonna fly. That seems too risky. Because I have crazy movement. So I will 5, 10, 15, fucking 20. There's half my movement. So,
Nice.
that's fine. And I'm going to punch the big spider.
Punch it.
Let's see.
Ouch.
Let it have it.
Ooh.
That's a punch.
Ooh, the damage.
That is max damage.
That's lovely.
And bonus action,
God.
punch it again. That's not what you want to see.
Match
Yeah.
your damage roll.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more wiry and fleety on the webbing than you expected it to be, and just kind of gets hit by the first punch and flies a little out of reach for your follow-up.
Oh, gosh darn.
almost like skitters back at your first blow.
Careful, fellas. These bastards are somewhat difficult to hit. They're quicker than they look.
Alright, so Salazar.
Alright, I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on the big spider.
Sweet.
I think spiders are stupid, so.
Let's indeed test that theory.
Oh, hi Mullets. Welcome.
Welcome to the
Mullets
party.
is with y'all.
Hey!
I'm glad you finally showed up.
What's his initiative?
His initiative's 8. He's right ahead of Galahad.
Oh, that's right. God damn it.
-4.
What? Nice.
Plus -4.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Since I can't hit him.
Stupid
Alright,
spiders.
so he takes 3 psychic damage, and he subtracts 1d4 from his next saving throw that it makes before the end of my next turn.
Sweet.
Ooh.
So that'll actually bring it to the big spider, who will turn around and try to bite. Yeah, he'll try to bite Strombo for hitting him.
Do it, you won't.
It's a 13 to hit.
That's a big ol' miss.
Yeah. So that'll be his action, and then he is going to skitter away.
Ooh
over
boy,
here.
I'm taking that A up.
Take that A out. That'll hit.
Hell yeah. 6 more damage.
Sweet.
Ooh,
So he takes
baby.
6, and he kind of chitters, and the swarm over here moves up to Cal.
So, real dirty fun fact.
No, well, it can't do that yet.
I just rolled
kidding.
minimum damage.
Love that.
Gotta love it.
That actually brings it to Mullets next.
Mullis is like, why is he here?
Yeah. It's like, y'all dragged me into pirates, now y'all drag me into this. He's like all stuck in the webs trying to pull his bow out. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Galahad, that's your turn.
It's part of the mission.
Boy. You know, I did already burn a second level spell slot on a fucking tree, but I am literally required to commit to the bit, and will be casting Shatter.
Nice.
That's not how that works. This radius.
Sweet.
Shatter.
Collapse the entire cavern system.
Level 2. Wow.
Oh no. It's
Oh
unfortunate.
boy.
Alright, so both the spiders are like shaking, moving ground on unsure ground, as the ground tremors below them, and you actually see this tunnel collapse and takes away their exit. That tunnel was the small one, like that the small spiders were trying to get through. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if it succeeded or not, but it does have the minus a D4 to its dex save.
They both took it anyways.
Oh, weird.
Alright, so the swarm of spiders is going to move up to Cal. As the other spider kind of harasses it a little bit. And it is going to try to bite you. And
Come at me then.
definitely like starts crawling all over your armor and like trying to bite and unable to penetrate your armor. They seem a little too scared to try to go in it at the moment. But just crawling all over, just trying to bite you. And it actually, because it's a
Can't
swarm,
pierce this skin.
is in your space. Alright, that's Cal, it's your turn.
So if I try to attack the swarm, am I like disadvantaged then, or?
No. I mean, you could swat at them. I mean, you have armor on. You can hit with your blood, so do your blade.
Okay. Well, I don't want to attack them. I actually want to go for the big spider. So if I move, they just come with me.
Yeah.
Nice. Just move here. I'm gonna attack big spider. Okay.
Sweet, yeah.
4.
Go ahead and roll that nice, juicy damage.
13.
13. So as you slash in, how do you kill this spider?
I'll probably just plunge it through one of its eyes, like,
Sweet.
and hit the brain. And then I have 5 movement, 5 feet left, so I'll just move back 1.
Sweet.
Get these off of me, please!
I cast Shatter again.
Not like that! Ah! That's all I got.
Sweet. Harry.
Where's Niak?
I hope this fire doesn't hit you. Dodge this.
Alright, deck save. Yeah, they definitely fail that. So they take all 8.
Nice.
That's max damage too.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Y'all are high rolling. Y'all are doing well. Alright, that brings it to Strombo.
Anytime we have to roll more than 1 damage die, though, it gets kind of messy.
Mhm.
My
Alright.
cantrip did as much as my first level spell is that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Alright, I need you to hold real still.
Very well.
And I'm gonna start smacking at the spiders.
Sweet.
Just big open hand slaps on his armor.
Honk.
So you actually start slapping the armor, and all the spiders kind of get scared at the movements and head to the opposite side of the armor from where you're slapping.
Alright,
Like a fucking shadow.
I'm spinning
Hit them,
around
not
and
me.
I'm slapping the other side
Here we are.
for 9 damage on the swarm.
Alright. Yeah, so 9 damage and subtract. Yep, that'll do it. So as you smack the spiders, you think you got them all clear of Cal's armor. It seemed to fall off, and he's got quite a bit of spider blood and splatter on his armor. But
I'll just shake off any corpses that are on there. I just kind of like start wiping down my armor the best I can. Is that it for combat then, or
that is it for this room. Yes.
cool.
Right
Well,
before as combat ends, he would be like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry about this."
I said
Sorry
it was
about-
a bad idea.
Sorry about
I
what?
knew we shouldn't have come down here. I'm still against it. I'm small and easily caught in webs.
Is there anyone here to save?
Galahad's eyes fucking widen as much as the biological
As
possible.
Harry screams out, see if there's any cry back.
Yeah. So I'll give y'all a low DC for this then. Everybody make a perception check.
nice.
Hate it.
we hear this shit with our souls.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
y'all hear another large just screech just from this bottom cave, and then you hear a bunch of chittering from the top cave. Just as there's a lot more movement in the top cave. But y'all do hear a giant screech. No muffled screams, but the same giant screech from the bottom cave.
Can
I'm
I?
gonna start
Is
ripping
this
into
time
these,
to ready an
bundles.
attack?
Yeah, there's definitely time to ready an attack. And then you're gonna start looking in those bundles.
Yeah, just see if there's anything fun, you know?
Give me an
Anything
investigation
valuable?
check.
Yeah.
I'm
Can
just
I
gonna,
help
I'm
him?
gonna,
I'll
I'm gonna
guidance.
stand right here and then just keep my head on a swivel, just looking back and forth.
And guidance is a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 6, so. Wait, can we just rip
You
the?
want to be a working cow.
Can we just cut the bundles open?
Yeah, if you want to.
I got his cow to help, by the way.
Okay.
It just
9
okay.
on my investigation.
All right. So Strombo, you see 2 rations, kind of mixed into one bundle, but that seems to be all in the area that you're looking at.
I would like to quickly and quietly pocket those.
I'd like to perceive that.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Duke Wellington strikes again.
Yeah, so you definitely pocket those, and so I was like, did you find anything?
Nothing valuable here, unfortunately. Just some, prey corpses.
Where's that screaming bundle you saw earlier?
I imagine they moved it.
Yeah, so Strombo knows, like, when he saw them, they were up in this top corner. But you don't know where they moved them to. You just know that there was 2 bundles. One was screaming and one was screeching, and y'all hear screeching from this corner. But other than that, y'all don't know. Did you want to rip them open, by the way? Go ahead.
Did I want to what?
Rip open the bundles?
No.
Okay.
Galahad is waiting for some cataclysmic shit to come down one of these caverns.
Cool.
Birds screeching down here, just a bunch of skittering up here. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like really dark down here, right?
It's decently dark. This area is lit up due to the fairy fire. That's kind of starting to dwindle out. And the hole above you. But other than that, yeah, it's decently dark. If you want to try to look down one of the tunnels, you are more than welcome to.
I think Cal would call Salazar over to, hey, would you look down this tunnel for me?
All right.
Excuse me.
With
And
a
I'll
19
just aid him.
with a 19 perception, it is a very shallow tunnel that leads to one singular round room. That also seems to have a bunch of bundles on the floor. And that is all you can super perceive with this.
Do I see any spiders in there?
Not that you can tell at the moment.
That room's the one to keep all the hostages.
Well, I guess with that information, Cal will step forward. He's actually gonna light a torch and just carry it in like his offhand, kind of like putting his shield on his back, and then he's gonna kind of slowly go down the tunnel.
Sweet. So as y'all slowly go down the tunnel, y'all are led into, make sure I got the right room. This room that is
You and
fully
me,
dark for y'all.
we're the front line.
Say again?
It's you and me, Cal. We're the front line. We gotta protect our weak teammates.
Alright, so as you enter the room, you can indeed see that there are bundles on the ground. However, they're not the bundles that y'all saw earlier. These bundles seem to be very round and very egg-like.
No, none of them are screaming.
None of them are screaming, no.
I think we got the wrong room.
So there is one bundle that a giant screech brings y'all's attention to on the ceiling, and as y'all look up, y'all see 4 more giant spiders
Oh, hello there, darlings.
on the ceiling with this giant bundle. And as y'all come in with a torch and say hello there, they kind of string down off their webs.
Oh, good, they're all dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
I know, right? They're afraid of the torch.
It's easier to
Mhm.
copy paste. drag new ones in. Alright.
Roll initiative? Question mark.
Y'all can either use the same or y'all can re-roll again. That's up to you.
I would love to replace my 8.
Sweet.
I'll just re-roll.
Alright, yeah, if one of you does, all of you have to. Alright.
I'm
so-
fine with that.
Okay.
All right with the 12, I guess.
I think everyone. No, never mind.
Shatter all these XX.
Wait a minute. I might have.
Spawn the swarms. Let's go.
Might have something.
Alright. So now we're gonna roll for the spiders. And they'll all go on 5. Y'all got lucky.
Oh,
Sweet. Yeah, so as they all kind of head down, this room is not web filled like the other one, so it is not difficult terrain. It is a nice stone natural rock.
Oh, cool.
Neat.
But that'll bring it Strombo first.
Is
Alrighty.
the web cocoon still on the ceiling?
The one cocoon is still on the ceiling.
Gonna stroll over here and do the only thing I have until level 6. So
Ouch.
there's 1
That's our boy.
Okay.
and there's 2.
The second one does not hit. Again, this
That
spider
is
seems
unfortunate.
a little wiry as it kind of dodges back a little bit and rears up as you hit it once. Just see its pincers move back and forth.
God's damn spiders just not letting me squish them.
All right, that brings
At least they're landing good hits. It's progress.
You could say your hand's like a fly swatter.
So that'll bring it to Harry's turn. Let me drag Mullets out here. There he is.
He does not want to be here, poor guy.
He's like last in the room, just like sheepishly looking around.
Guys, we gotta get to the temple. What the fuck?
Trust me, this is important.
Yeah.
You can scout this area out for future expeditions.
I would like to cast Bless on Kale, Stormbo, and Salazar.
Sweet.
Oh yeah. I will never miss again.
Come here, spiders! Attack me if you dare!
All right,
And now end my turn.
Cal, that brings it to you.
Well, I'm gonna move up here.
Well, I think I got
if-
higher initiative.
If I wanted to just like drop my torch and re-equip my shield, would that take like
wait.
my action or anything?
Salazar says you have 14, right?
Cal is a 12.
12?
Oh, okay. So these
Oh,
did
I'll
not.
move back.
Yeah.
These did not stick the way that they needed to. Okay.
wait,
Yeah, I guess mine was lower.
I don't know
Dewdrop's
what
is
Harry's
9.
initiative was.
Salazar's is 14. Okay.
Galahad is 15.
Yeah, I think it was.
Here's 9. I might have kept some of the old ones by mistake. So we have 17. Cal is 12. Dewdrop is 9. Galahad's 15. Salazar's 14. Strombo's 17. I think I got them all. Alright, so Strombo went. Harry went. We'll just. Yeah, so Galahad, then Cal, then. Why is. Oh, Strombo, okay. So that's Galahad, Strombo. I can't say names. Galahad, Salazar, Kaladin, and then Mullets.
There
Okay.
we go.
Yeah, so Galahad.
Alright. I think I'll just keep it simple. Firebolt on this.
Sweet. 19. 19 will do it.
Owie.
Stuff.
So as this lights up a fire, you'll see it like freaks out, muscles contorting and twitching in its legs as it chitters and almost like if a spider could stop, drop, and roll, That is what
That's
this
what
spider
it's
would be
trying
trying
to
to do.
Nice.
That'll bring it to Salazar.
So Bless didn't cast yet, right? Because
Correct.
Harry hasn't gone yet.
Correct, technically.
Okay. Then I will just Mind Sliver this one.
Sweet.
I can't miss if only they roll.
True.
Ooh! At 0.
So that will do it.
Nice.
So that's 5 psychic damage. So the spider almost stops moving after being lit on fire as it freaks out and twitches.
But
So
yeah.
that actually brings it to Gal's turn.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna move up here. What would like actions would it take to like just like drop the torch and then re-equip my shield?
1 action.
An action. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do then. I'll drop the torch at my feet and then just re-equip my shield.
Sweet.
Just be ready. All I got.
Alright, and then it's Mullets' turn, who will stick at the entrance as much as he can and fire off 2 shots, and only one of them lands. He's getting back to his 50-50 stature. Ooh.
Oh boy.
And he's gonna go for this one right here.
Hit.
And this spider like looks like it's directed towards Cal a little bit as he moves beside him, and then takes an arrow straight into one of its eyes.
Good going.
Now it's Harry's turn.
Don't be too cocky about that. He's got 50 more.
Yeah. So Harry, are you still wanting to do bless?
Yeah, I'm still doing bless.
Cool. So he blesses. Now it's the spider's turn. So this spider right here, trying to enact some sort of vengeance for all of the damage that it has taken, is going to go for Strombo.
That's a miss.
All right. So
Dodge 10.
goes to bite, and you kind of deflect it with your fists. And then this spider back here is actually going to hear Harry's voice as the voice that has been yelling in their cavern and recognize it and shoot out a web at Harry.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh shit.
So Harry is now restrained by webbing. On your turn as an action, you can make a strength check to try to break out of the webbing. The webbing can also be attacked and destroyed, just so everybody knows.
All it does is make my movement speed 0, and I can still do normal attacks, right?
Correct. You were just
Okay.
considered restrained. And these other 2 spiders are going to turn and try to attack Cal now that Harry is restrained.
Ha.
Roll 20, loving its players today.
Ah.
We
Yep.
need
None of them connect.
Yeah. So again, they're just like trying to bite and just hitting full like armor, just not seeming to connect where they're trying to. Strombo.
All right. Really gotta think this this action economy over. You know. I'm gonna punch it.
Bless.
Yep. So that first one will connect.
Sick. For max damage.
Yeah.
Punch it
As
in the
your
face.
punch connects, you just send this spider flying, almost like an undercut, straight onto its back. finishing its stop, drop, and roll movement.
Alrighty, I'm gonna use a key point to fire 2 radiant sunbolts at this one.
Wow.
There's the first one. Let's get that bless on there.
God bless.
Damn, that is tasty looking.
That is. Alright.
6.
So it takes 6 damage.
Second one. Can bless save that?
Yes. No.
Ooh, almost.
Unfortunate.
Alright.
And then I'll use my movement to head right there.
Alright. So,
This one.
Galahad, that'll bring it to you.
It worked once. It'll work twice. I don't have bless. My turn is done.
Yeah. So you send out a fireball.
Sometimes it be like that.
Which doesn't seem to make it. Salazar. A nice juicy Eldritch
No.
Blast. Okay.
Ooh.
5 damage. And you aren't doing any special effects in your Eldritch Blast yet, right?
No.
Sweet. Alright.
And that's it for me.
Cal, that will bring it back to you.
All right. With the arrow sticking out of this one's head, I'm gonna try to finish it off with a longsword. Bop. 24.
24 will nail it.
All right. And one-handed, so 14. Max damage. Yes.
So
God damn.
14 is exactly what you needed.
Yes. Gonna slash it in half.
Alright. Slash it in half. Bring it to Mullets' turn. Who will hit his first arrow and is still a little skittish on that second shot.
Mullets, do you always miss one on purpose or something?
I like to try to give a warning, although that time it was backwards. You know, maybe they'll flee if I give a warning shot over the head. Harry, that'll bring it to your turn if you'll make a strength saving throw. Or a strength check, not a saving throw.
Yeah, 1 second, sorry.
Oh, you're good. 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. See, Harry breaks out of his webbing restrain.
I still get my turn, right?
Yeah, you still get your turn.
Can I look up and see what that webbing was doing? Is it shrieking or crying or anything?
With the current commotion, like it is making noises. It's not quite like the shrieks you heard earlier, but it's definitely like making unhumanoid sounds.
Harry would fly up to it and then try to like cut it down.
Okay.
Nice.
So, what are you doing to cut it down exactly?
Does it look like I can shoot a crossbow through the webbing to break it or no?
I mean, you could use like a bolt or something.
Yeah, I would
can-
just use my crossbow bolt and like shoot it like at when I would fly up to it like perpendicularly and then shoot at it to like make it drop.
Okay, then make a attack for me.
No.
12, yeah. So as you shoot across it, you'll see.
Tech's corpse falls out of the webbing.
Oh!
no.
How'd the pirates fuck up that bad to get Tech here?
You also see a giant lizard
Oh, fuck.
fall and slam into the ground.
Ooh.
Oh shit! All right.
Lizard man, we come in peace. What are you doing here?
So it is just a straight up giant lizard.
I would like to say with whatever movement I would have left, I would move back down.
Okay.
And now end my turn.
All right. And then I need to roll one more thing real quick, and then we'll do. Okay, nice and easy. Love that.
Oh my god.
Cool. All right. So that will bring it to the spider's turn, who will freak out a little bit at the arrival of an unexpected guest, and not know exactly what to do. But they will try to just attack any and everything just out of instinct. So the top one will go for Strombo, the 12 to hit.
That
This
won't
one-
do it.
This one's actually going to turn towards the lizard.
Ooh, my new mount.
And we'll try to bite it, and you see its fangs not quite pierce the hides. So that's the spider's turn. The lizard will lash out at its captor and the thing that just tried to bite it. And it'll swing around with a tail attack.
Ooh,
All right. And
love it. You'll love to see it.
Jeez, alright.
Ooh, 2d6.
Fucking great sword attached to its ass. Alright. Respected.
and then the spider has to do. I love fighting myself. It's so funny. Fails strength saving throw. So this spider gets like slammed to the ground underneath the tail and seems to be having some trouble getting back up. And then it will go to bite it.
Wait, I'm sorry, what happened?
The lizard slammed its tail down and kind of almost restrained, like the spider can't get back up, it seems like. And now is going to turn around and try to bite it.
Oh.
Oh, and
Okay.
I rolled twice because distractions.
Damn, this is a beast of a lizard.
And we'll just completely
Holy shit.
completely eat this spider,
Oh
munching it in
my
between
God.
its maws.
God damn.
And it just completely just swallows it. And this lizard is huge, by the way. It's not like
Nice.
it's huge.
I like to see. That's what I like to see.
All right, so that'll bring it to Strombo's turn.
All right. I'm gonna punch this one that's next to me, cause you know it's all I got. For
Ouch.
big boy damage. And then I'm gonna. I assume that doesn't kill it, so I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the first one actually kills it, and you just like slam another fist into it just because.
Yep. Because
Uh,
spiders
further-
are bad.
Further crunching the spider.
Nice.
Sweet. So that'll bring it to Galahad's turn.
Galahad
What?
is going to reach into his bag and throw a dagger into this egg.
Sweet.
Stuff.
Throw me a ranged attack.
Oh! Woo! Doggy!
Yeah, so you throw a dagger straight into the egg, and you see it deflate almost. Like, you see some fluid run out of it, but other than that, whatever happened, like, you either just killed it or it wasn't alive to begin with.
Bet. That's his turn.
Sweet. Salazar.
All right, Salazar's gonna walk up to Cal, hand him a ration, and be like, "Go on, tame your new mount,"
Oh,
and
take
cast
that
guidance
ratchet.
at the same time on on Cal.
I was actually gonna pick up this spider corpse and offer it to the lizard.
Alright. So that brings it to Cal's turn. Which one of those would you rather do?
I think I'll offer the spider corpse to the lizard if it doesn't like outright attack me.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll. I'm gonna let you know right now, like, this is like a non-domesticated animal.
Right.
So the check is a lot harder. But since you were trying to feed it,
Could I help him by any chance?
so he's already got
Yeah, already.
guidance. So you can roll with advantage since you're offering it food, but go ahead and make an animal handling check. It's a
Bonk,
hard
bonk.
DC, like a hard DC.
About a 20,
Alright,
baby.
that'll do it. Yeah. So you needed
Oh, 24.
you needed a nat 20 to do this.
Ah,
just to let
yes!
you know.
Give me my saddle. Let's mount this bitch.
Paul Swore is never gonna believe this. Oh.
Like 100%. I was like, anything less than a nat 20, it's not happening.
Woo!
So
We got goddamn Godzilla on our side. What you got?
all right. So yeah, as you offer it this spider, it kind of like grabs it and scurries away, almost like as if to like claim it as its own food. But it doesn't act hostile towards you.
Oh yeah. Guess I'll just I don't know keep tossing rations at it.
Salazar will hand as many rations as Cal wants, like one by
Until-
one.
Until something happens. I don't know.
Yeah. So after like 5 rations, the lizard seems to have gotten its fill.
Oh yeah.
And just kind of like looks around tentatively at like the dead spiders and all of these new people in its environment, and seems a little freaked out, but it's not attacking you anymore. Anymore. It doesn't seem like it's going to attack you.
So you think this lizard is the guy's son, or?
Can Harry look up at the ceiling and see if there's any more like web pouches?
There are not any web pouches that currently have anything in them. You can see some like evidence of previous web pouches, but this is clearly like the brooding room. Not brooding. Is it? Yeah, I guess it's brooding. It's the egg room. So like this is where like when they hatch, this is the food that they would have eaten.
It looks like the bigger mounts left. We need to go capture them all.
I guess since the lizard doesn't seem like it's gonna attack us, I'm gonna use like another ration, or I'm gonna lay down like my weapon and shield, and use like another ration in a hand, and just kind of slowly put my hand towards the lizard,
Yeah.
with like ration outstretched.
So the lizard goes to take it. Give me a dex saving throw.
Oh great! Just trying to be your friend.
One.
Dex saving.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right, yeah. So
I-
as you reach out your hand with the ration on it, you see this lizard like maw, like this ginormous maw, open and go to snatch the ration, and you pull your hand out away, but it doesn't continue further. Like, it just snatches the ration and then continues to look at you.
Damn it. I don't know how to speak to this thing.
I presume Bless is down by now too. It's probably been over
Yeah.
time.
It has.
While this is happening, Galahad's gonna try and like just figure out what could have been in this egg.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Otaku.
So as you look into the egg, you can see that like it wasn't quite formed yet, but this is like the egg of like one of those giant spiders. Like there's definitely like an embryo inside that a dagger is just now like embedded in.
Nice. I guess Mullets is a ranger, isn't he?
No.
Oh, never mind.
No,
I thought he
he's
was
a
a
rogue.
ranger.
He's a
Damn
rogue.
it.
He's just a pansy ass rogue.
And he refuses to attack things that we're next to for sneak attack damage.
Correct.
Don't I have like a special ability as like a Legion rider to start like a bonding process with animals? I don't know.
You do. Let me
Is this thing
pull it
even
up.
mountable?
You can try. You just haven't yet. You just.
I'm
been
not gonna
doing it.
try now. I'm not gonna try now. I'm gonna befriend it first.
It is a large creature.
mean, it's-
You are 7 feet tall.
Right.
What level are you?
4.
4. Okay, hang on. I had to view it because it is level based.
Okay.
It gets easier
Damage.
as you level up.
Okay. The damage this thing's pumping out, I doubt I'm near the level it is.
It's 5. Level 5, you get
Oh.
your animal bond castings.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way I'm gonna tell you mechanically it works, is you're gonna have to keep giving animal handling checks. I'll make you do probably 1 a day.
Nice.
They will probably still be harder just because of what this thing is.
Right.
So because it is non-domesticated at all, you're gonna have a lot more pain domesticating it. But it's not hostile towards you. You can try to do certain actions with it. I'm not gonna say that like. I mean, if you attacked it, that'd be one thing. But like, if you try to like,
sure.
get on it and it like lashed out at you, it's not gonna like full in. All right, everybody go into combat mode. Like it's just gonna be like, all right, you take a damage from a bite or something and move on with your life.
Okay, gotcha. This thing just purely physical damage too?
It is. Hang on.
The guy like, nice.
It,
Can resist all of his measly attacks.
it is. Yeah,
It is.
it is melee damage. It does have some acid damage, but you wouldn't
Oh,
get
okay.
to that point. If you did, then you
Also, maybe
severely
go
fucked
back and look at what his attack rolls were. Lizard's got a +7 to hit, dude.
I know.
yeah. That's why I was like, anything but a nat 20, and it's not gonna happen. But yeah,
I also reduced damage by 8.
if you hit the acid damage portion, you fucked up beyond, like, this is no longer your mount. Just to let you know.
Okay. Well, if it's just gonna kind of, I don't know, sit there and stare at me. We did feed it a lot, so I'm assuming it's not hungry at all. I don't know if lizards are like intelligent at all, but I'll just kind of like do my best to beckon it to like follow us, I guess, as we move around this cavern.
Sweet. Okay.
And-
So it sees the beacon and will go on, like, towards you, but it's not like. You can tell, like, it's not following you because you beckoned. It's purely because you backed away a step, and it's like, but the food.
Okay. Salazar, give me all the rations.
Y'all are -6 total rations at this moment, by the way.
Yeah, I've been keeping track of them.
Okay.
Right.
Boy,
Promise me
my-
this.
Dude, if I can get a mount out of this, I will dip 1 level into Druid just to cast Goodberry every freaking day.
Promise
Sorry,
me you're not
Salazar.
Duke Wellington.
No, I am not Duke Wellington.
Alright, here, 23 rations. It's for a good cause.
Very good. I'll get that in my inventory here. 3 rations.
By the way, Mullets, we used up all your rations. I got bad news.
Let's go. No, wait. Are y'all are feeding him to a lizard? Oh God, what have I done?
Do you see this thing? It's our friend now.
Maybe if
Be
you
a
hit
worthy
twice.
ally.
And
You gotta hit
Mullets-
twice bullets if you want to eat.
And Mullets is gonna go, ally or food?
Oh no, no. You're not gonna be attacking this thing.
All right.
Galahad would find that quite
So I'm gonna
entertaining.
say,
Um,
as y'all continue to move, like the lizard, like tentatively, like at a distance, is kind of like following you as like a potential, like A, there's only one exit currently, and B, y'all had food that y'all are feeding it.
I'm gonna before we leave, I'm gonna pick up this corpse and try to feed it to him, and then if he does or doesn't eat it, I'm gonna pick up this corpse as well and take it with me,
Okay.
carrying it.
So as you give it the first corpse, like you see it like detach its giant maw, like pick it up, kind of toss it in the air, and snap its jaws shut in one movement, and swallow the spider.
God, he's so freaking cool. For now, I will give him a temporary name of Skedit.
Get it. Alright, hang on. Fuck, never did I
Let's
think I would have to
get it.
name my my hidden monster.
Dude, oh my god, like I've got like
That, guys, is why you look up. It's funny too because in my other campaign we just fought a Rat King and he was also on the ceiling, so now I'm always scared of the ceiling. Bad things
Nice.
only come from the ceiling.
Alright.
In this case, something good happened.
Yeah.
what I'm freaking talking about. Ah, oh yeah. Anyway, do
As
wanna
we
move on?
leave, as we leave, Harry casts his druidcraft and makes a couple flowers and looks at them as the lizard walks past him to see how he reacts to him.
So how close are you getting to him with the flowers?
No, he's just like planting them in the ground, and then
Oh,
when the
okay.
lizard walks by him to see if he's basically vegan testing him.
Oh, yeah. The lizard just kind of like paddles over them. Like it's a very waddly movement. It's not going very fast at the moment. It's, like I said, keeping a distance, probably about 7 to 10 feet, unless one of you has food in hand.
Oh, I mean, I am carrying this
Strombo.
spider corpse. I'll like tear off a leg every once in a while, and kind of toss it back.
Sweet. So,
I mean, I'm gonna be keeping a good eye on this thing. Like, I'll take like maybe 5 steps, and just keep looking back at it, just to see if it's like still there,
okay.
not trying to kill me.
So as y'all enter the main room, I'm just moving y'all away so y'all can, the thing will have entered the little thing. It follows you back into the main cavern. There doesn't seem to be a way out here per se, but there's the other tunnel and then the giant hole y'all opened up. You see the lizard almost like tentatively go towards the webs to try to like almost think about climbing up the wall to look at the hole. And it sees like the webbing on the walls and kind of like hisses at it.
Is there still skittering coming from this cavern?
Make a perception check.
Bet. Where'd I put my feet?
I guess if it's distracted, I'm actually gonna like drop the spider corpse and like try to make like an audible thud behind it. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to scare it.
Galahad, so you can hear.
I don't know how. I'll think of something.
Okay. You can hear some skittering and stuff, but definitely not at the level that you heard it when Harry yelled earlier. Almost like things are settling down a little bit. Sort of, but there's still a lot of commotion in the colony for what point of time it is right now.
Can I look down the tunnel with dark vision?
Yeah.
Could I do a perception check on the ruined, the crumbled tunnel that we ruined earlier?
Yeah. So Salazar, you look down the tunnel and you see this tunnel actually has a light sort of towards the end of it. It's flickering a good bit, but that light illuminates it a little bit, just enough that you can see there's 3 offshoots from this tunnel, 2 to the left and 1 to the right. And then it goes straight as well.
All right, I'll relay that information to everybody.
Sweet. And then Harry, you see that like this.
Ron, even though I accidentally rolled performance, it's still a 1, so I'll just take the 1.
Okay. It's just rubble. I mean, the tunnel went straight down, but that's all you know.
Well, are we going ahead then?
Galahad might find it wise to your journey to the temple in the desert.
So what you're telling me is you don't think the hostage is in this den anymore?
Galahad does not believe so, no.
Well, what do the rest of us think?
Harry
I'm with
believes that
Galahad on this
there's
one.
no idea what we know and what we don't know, so we need to help. We need to go.
Cal is still kind of really distracted and maybe a little bit enamored at this lizard now, at the prospect of a new mount. He's gonna kind of like, I don't know, not really sneak, but kind of just walk over here to where I'm, like towards its head where it might see me, and I'll the spider corpse down.
Okay.
And see if it eats it, I guess, just to get its attention.
Yeah. So as you so Galahad, wait 1 second. So as you lay it down, you see it like goes almost like snap its head over, not like at you to bite, but towards the spider, not knowing if it's alive or not. And then again snaps at it in a very like quick motion movement. Galahad, as you start looking for the rope, you see that there is no longer a rope there. In its place is a pile of ash.
Oh no!
Uh,
We fucked up! The consequences of our actions.
dear.
Shit.
Anybody gonna help me?
Well, I was gonna consider going up the rope, but I guess I'm helping.
Certain things have happened.
Fuck.
Well, I guess there's only one option.
Time to cleave our way through the spiders.
Hey.
Yeah.
Or
Don't
we,
worry, it's just more food for my mount.
or we can go down to the rubble if that's what you really want.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
spy this corpse over here. I'm gonna go pick it up.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna carry it.
I had Viscera cleanup detail, but instead of
Dude,
like,
this
the
is
Just
so
big
freaking
narrator-
cool. Like,
Just
I'm
refill
like
some food.
sweating right now. I'm so excited.
So Harry, as you enter the tunnel and anybody behind them, you notice that there is a like notable temperature increase as y'all hit the tunnel.
No.
Damn, it's almost like we lit a tree on fire.
And then went into it.
Maybe just a little bit.
Oh, God.
We're doing firefighter training right now.
So as I described earlier, there's no smoke, which seems to be good, but y'all do see like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Let me go ahead and. Sorry, I'm gonna do some bookkeeping on my inventory here.
Okay.
Minus 1 whole thing of rope. All right.
Yeah, it's gone.
So as y'all enter it, there is enough dim light that y'all can kind of see there are two entrances to the left and an entrance to the right.
said-
Off of this tunnel, and then there's just straight ahead that has like a flickering light.
That's where we gotta go.
Hey, Harry, ask the hostage where he is again.
God.
Don't do that. You might spook the lizard, and I am exactly food size.
God.
This is Harry, by the way.
Galahad would recommend some impulse control.
I would like to ready an action to bop the lizard on the nose if it goes for me.
Okay.
Oh,
Look, I would like to say this time someone told me to do it.
So the lizard actually like scutters to the end of the cavern away from y'all, away from the loud noise, and just kind of like sits in this corner, almost like protecting its flanks. But y'all do hear a flurry of motion again. Give me perception checks.
I will over and
Oh,
drop
no.
the spider corpse right here. We mean it no harm.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna have to get used to it with Harry around.
instead of like instantly picking it up, like it's kind of like staying where it is, like unsure of what's happening, doesn't want to leave the corner just yet. But you see it like slowly and tentatively like grab a piece of the spider and drag it closer to it, and
Okay.
and chomp down
I'll
on it.
just drop it and then I'll like slowly back away. Just give it some room.
Okay. So Strombo with a nat 20. You do hear a little bit of a muffled scream. It seems to be echoing through the cavern. Still a decent ways away. It's very muffled. But it's from one of the options on the left.
So it would sound like both of them lead to roughly the same place.
You can't quite make
Or
that
I
out.
can't quite
Yeah,
tell.
from the echo, because like it could be coming from the first room or it could be coming from the second room and echoing around the cave, making it sound like it's from the first one.
Right. Alright, gang. The hostage appears to be down one of the tunnels to the left. Can't quite make out which one. So we got, I'd say, 3 options, and one of them's real dumb.
What might the dumb one be?
I'm gonna lead with the 2 smart ones. That way, no one gets any ideas and jumps the gun. We go down one tunnel, we go down the other, or we go down both. That's the dumb option. I do not recommend we go down both at the same time.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend splitting up the party. That would not be a good idea.
Alternatively,
I
we
could
could
pray.
send Mullets and Harry down there, and between Mullets crying and Harry screaming, we will know if something bad's down there.
If you guys want to give me a minute, I can pray and hope to see something permissible.
Let Harry help.
I want to see what happens if we go down the left in the first door. That's what I'm gonna agree.
All right, the left. The left of the first one.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Right now, you see him like sitting down, playing with a couple dragon bones as he like digs in the dirt and be like, "Oh, well, yeah, I see. Oh."
It's well and woe. So it is bad, but it could be a good thing. Like, it's definitely, like, 100% chance of bad, but there could be some good in it.
I will tell my teammates this. My party.
So
That
with
does
these-
not
Oh,
doesn't
well,
seem to inspire confidence.
good and bad. If it's good, that means we could save someone, but it's probably protected by the evil. So I think that's where we should go.
the
Because
god-
bad is always the evil.
Why don't the gods ever give clear answers?
Well, the
Because
way
they
I
don't
see
care
it, you
about
gotta
us.
make your own fate.
That's what I just did. Did you not watch me? Are you not paying attention?
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna follow him before he holds person on me or
As
something.
Harry just
so as y'all enter
don't
the
forget
cavern,
we got that cup of water.
Oh my god.
the lizard does kind of like tentatively, but it's keeping a further distance than before. Like before it was like 10 feet, now it's like a good 20 feet behind y'all. But it did come out of the corner as y'all walked into the cavern.
Nice. We're gonna
So
drop a ration on the ground for it.
okay,
Good boy, good boy.
It's gonna
Actually,
be
do I know
hard.
the gender of this lizard?
you do not.
Damn it. Alright, good lizard, good lizard.
So did you
Let's
choose
get it.
first or second path
22 rations.
on the left, or did you choose to go the right?
I said left, and then
Go down.
I
the
want
end and
I
then
want
go
to say
down.
first, but it's up to you guys.
Wait, do we have a torch lit or anything? Oh god.
And I can
No.
light one. Plus, we also have a dwarf.
Yeah, just have
If
the
Haley's
squishes
in
lit.
front,
Hold on,
Harry is
Salazar.
Harry has light. If
The
Haley's
least
in front,
AC
Harry has
person
light.
in this group.
Yeah. So
I mean, I have torches as well if we want them.
Yeah,
I
so
have
do
8
I.
left.
it is currently dim light. It's not considered black. but,
Okay.
So I'll light any torches if we need it.
Cool.
I would say Harry's probably leading the pack too, and then in front.
Yeah, so if Harry's leading, y'all enter this first room, which seems to be more room-like than cave-like compared to the other rooms that y'all have been in. There's sort of some stones in the wall, there's skulls built into the stones, and there's a lot of piles of bones. Some fresh, some towards the back are far older. But this is definitely a refuse of some sort. As y'all all enter, you can make perception checks if you would like to.
Sure.
Why not? Boink.
We'll read them in a second.
Honk.
Well, it looks like I'm not gonna see the spider lady murder us.
So Salazar, Harry, and Galahad can make out that underneath a pile of bones is a book.
Galahad instinctively just starts walking over to it.
Sweet.
How deep
Can
in
I
the
also
bones-
look up too?
You can look up, yes. What did Galahad say?
How deep in the bones is this book buried?
It is not super deep. It's probably under like a bone crossing or two. But its bindings kind of make it blend in, so it wasn't super easy to see, but it's not deep in the pile at all.
From this distance, can I see any words on the spine or the cover?
No,
Where are all these just piles of bones?
they are.
Spooky.
All of them are house bones. As before you grab it, hang on. So for Harry, you look up, and even the ceiling is more room-like than the other rooms, but there is nothing on it. So Galahad, as you reach for the book, everybody make me
Oh, God.
a
Death check.
no, an initiative roll.
Ah!
What the fuck? Oh god! Can I purposely just take a 1 on my initiative? Oh, there we go. Yell, there we
You,
Nice.
you can fumble your initiative rolls, yes.
Oh, +3, so I'm down to a 4.
So Strombo has a 23. Harry has a 10.
Yeah, just put your head between the book. I'm sure that'll work out great.
I was just about to say the hostage doesn't look like he's in here. Let's just leave, but
Has a 6. Salazar has a 13.
Just think, if we didn't roll...
I think we just found the hostage. His name is Galahad.
wait, Galahad, you're that guy's son? Why didn't you say so?
Yeah, see, he's been peeling his skin off just so he can take off his human garb to reveal that he's actually at the backseat.
Who am I missing? Cal. Cal got a 9.
Just
Oh,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Scooby-Doo villain reveal.
Yeah, it just rips off my fucking face.
Alright. And 15.
Oh yeah, just fuck me up. Oh, wisdom of the
It also
book.
gets a surprise attack.
I wouldn't.
What about the lizard, Mr. DM?
The lizard will make it if it chooses to at the moment.
Damn it!
What about mullets?
Skelet will come around.
Mullets is gonna make its way in here.
gonna.
I'm
Mullets
still
showing.
still throwing stuff together over here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Lots of rolling. Okay.
See, you should have hit it first to make sure it's not a mimic. Soulsborne 101.
I wasn't expecting a fucking mimic book. All right, get off my back.
Did it have
Just
a
for-
chain?
Just for
It's
clarification,
true.
is it?
You always
like-
gotta check for the chain.
What?
Oh, yeah. Does it spring to life as I'm reaching my hand in, or does it wait for me to like pick it up?
It springs to life as you reach your hand in. As soon as you're
Oh,
within
alright.
range, a pseudopod reaches out and latches onto you if it can.
Mm-hmm. I was having so much fun imagining like I just pick it up and it just chomps onto my head or something. That's a roll to hit. Yeah, that fucking does it.
Yeah, so that'll be 11 damage. And it is adhesive, so the mimic adheres to anything it touches. So you are now grappled by this mimic's pseudopod.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
How much
Alright.
chaos can I cause with shatter? Let's see.
Strombo, that brings it to you first.
Okay.
I can just-
Would I know mimics are adhesive as basic knowledge?
Level 4, you could make me like a raw intelligence or nature check.
Okay.
Yeah, so you definitely like know that it may not be adhesive, but it's not gonna let go. Like he's definitely grappled.
Okay. Well,
Oh, he's just got his chompers on him. Okay.
Yeah, like you know, like the mimic is on. Like you may not know that it's like a glue or adhesive
Yeah.
type material, but it's stuck.
okay. After seeing some real bullshit jump out of a pile of bones, I'm going to fly over the bones over here. And I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna punch the book
Sweet.
for 9 damage. And then I'm gonna do it again
Oh my god, look at these rolls.
for another 8.
Sweet.
Fucking boss.
I do one thing really, really good.
And that is pounce.
Oh.
Wait until I hit level 6 and I get I can burn key points to use Burning Hands
Ooh.
as a bonus action.
So if you are raw beef punch now, will you be a cooked beef punch then?
Haha.
Alright, so that'll bring it to the Mimic's turn. Which will take a nasty bite on the Galahad.
Oh no! All right, incoming TPK. Let's go.
For 12 damage. And
Oh.
3 acid damage.
That's a lot of damage.
And that's the Mimic's turn. That'll bring it to Salazar's turn.
Yeah, after lecturing Harry on impulse. Oh, this is perfect.
This is just
This is
consequences after consequences.
If,
That's
God,
the burning
if I just-
tree. Now we gotta die to a
Yeah.
mimic.
If I just didn't burn a second level spell slot as a joke, I wouldn't be in this
I
situation.
guess I'll use this on the mimic.
Sweet, okay.
Be the elder son.
Yes, it definitely takes it.
Ooh.
God, it's a good thing everything in this goddamn cavern just has a rock where its brain should be.
Just about. I didn't make it a smart encounter. I didn't want to talk this time. Harry,
Yeah,
that'll bring it to your
including
turn.
including the 6 new people that joined it.
Yeah.
Galahad, what's your HP? Just by curious.
12,
Of
38.
Oh boy.
I will
Oh,
cast
shit.
preserve. I will cast preserve life on you.
What does that do?
You
Oh.
channel divinity? Oh yeah. Look at that.
But it can only go up to half your health, so half of 38.
That.
Sweet.
So I heal you for 7.
7. Yep.
Oh.
But it's a consistent 7. It's guaranteed. That's why I wanted to
Oh,
use
so
it.
that's gonna go off every round? Is that what that is?
No, it just means he couldn't roll bad.
Got it.
Like, it's a guaranteed 7
yeah.
rather than him rolling a nat 1.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna risk it at this point. And then I will, because that doesn't actually use as a spell, I will cast bonus action Seal the Faith on Galahad.
So, plus 2 AC.
Yep, and I'll end my turn.
Sweet. So that'll bring it to Mullets. He'll say, "Oh God, I'm not used to hitting things that are on or near other people. Oh God. Okay. Just don't
Just take your time
move.
and concentrate.
Just don't move very much, okay?
Just hit one of them on the mimic and one of them on Galahad. That's what you.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck up.
Hey.
So
look
he's
at
gonna
that.
stick true and throw one straight into the mimic and one over the top. And he actually gets to use something he doesn't ever get to use, which is his
Sneak attack!
sneak attack damage
Yeah!
Oh yeah, he's a rogue.
for 11 damage.
4 sessions in, we finally got to see it. You love it.
Rogues are just so stealthy, they forget that they're rogues.
And that will bring it to Cal's turn.
Keep it up, Mullets. You're doing great. Run up and
Oh wait,
Sword.
I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
longsword. Ow. Both.
So a 12 will just hit. You kind of like slice its spine, just like the edge of its spine as you go in for a hit. For
11.
11 damage. Sweet. Galahad, that brings it to your turn. Now, you can make a ability throw of strength to try to ungrapple yourself from this monster. However, it is at disadvantage.
It's a big bite.
I'm not actually making this check, but I just feel the need to point out my bonus here.
So,
Hey, we have the same
do
strength
you
bonus.
do you want to make that check?
No. It would be really funny to cast Shatter because it is my first turn of the combat.
Because I was about to say, that check makes it.
I just
Interesting. Well,
get out of there.
Galahad will never know that. I don't really have anything good for this, so
Does she have any touch range spells?
no.
Oh,
Magic missile. Damage, good damage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings it back to Strombo's turn.
okay. Well, you know what?
Fuck.
I'm just gonna
Throw.
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw this turn. You know?
Yeah, you can roll the
That
damage on
second
that
one's a
second
hit.
one. Yeah, that second one's a
Oh,
hit.
cool. Nice.
because my 12 hit it, so it's got at least 12.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
7
Strombo,
damage.
that is exactly what you needed to whack this book, slam it straight off of Galahad's arm.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. So as this book falls off of Galahad's arm, it turns into this gangly creature with multiple pseudopods and a vicious mouth on it.
But what treasure did it have?
Would you like to make an investigation check?
I very much would
absolutely.
like to make an investigation check.
Sweet.
Is there like any kind of meat left in these bone piles?
There is not.
Oh,
They're
is there?
all stripped clean and
Damn it.
bleached. Pretty much. So Galahad and Strombo, you see like huddled beneath the true form of the mimic is a book.
Galahad.
What if the
takes-
nested mimics?
Galahad
Hold on.
takes the book.
What if
Galahad
the
takes
nested
book.
mimics?
He takes the book. The book is in his hands.
Sweet.
Oh,
As
no,
you
trading
It's,
as you
it's another
investigate
mimic.
as you investigate the book, you see that it is titled. Let me find it. Where's my book section?
Oh no, you're dead.
Gotcha, bitch. Galahad is sucked
Yeah.
into the pages.
Oh no, you're dead. I like that.
Impulses and you.
The true curse
He
of
accidentally
knowledge.
killed the cat.
Oh, to mount a lizard.
how to mount a lizard.
It's not how to mount a lizard. It is.
You do not have 9 lives.
Why can't I find this book?
How to train your Galahad.
No, it's like
There's more than one of me. Oh
a
god.
funnier name. Here it is. Okay. So it is called Sithis the Petty One.
Sit this.
The story of Beef Wellington.
Oh my god.
And then you see the subtitle of it is 1,000 Things to Hold Grudges Over.
Nice.
I feel like that's cursed. It just sounds cursed. Can I use detect magic on
yeah.
the room? Maybe it's
That's what I was gonna ask.
Can I use detect?
Yeah. So you can tell that there is no magic in this room. It just happened to be a symbiotic relationship where the mimic could feast off of the remains of whatever the spiders didn't finish.
Do curses count as magic? Like,
They sometimes do.
Hmm.
all right. Well, it's not magical in any way.
Could be a fast read either way, and Galahad's just gonna throw it in his bag.
Cool.
Nice.
Wait, how do we know that the guy's son is not named Sithis the Petty One, and this is his biography? We never got the guy's name.
So, actually, Salazar, make a religion check. And you have advantage because it's... Oh, cool. Okay, so 17. You recognize the name Sithis. Sithis is a goddess of your planet.
Oh shit, something familiar for once. Do I know what, like, her domain is, or, like, what she's the goddess of?
Yeah, you do. So Sithis is actually the goddess of pettiness, feuds, trifle, like, matters. She literally, like, feeds off of drama.
Wait, how do you spell her name?
It's Sithis. Is.
Alright.
So, yeah, she's literally the goddess of feuds and quarrels.
Just tell everybody that. Yeah, real nice lady.
Sounds
Go
like she
ahead.
likes people having strife amongst themselves.
Sounds like she needs help.
Galahad will pretend to act like this is new information, although he's doing a very bad job at hiding it.
Can we?
Matters settled. Time to go back to Mr. Lizard. Or Miss Lizard, I don't judge.
So as y'all exit,
Well-
you can see, like, the lizard is still at, like, the beginning of the cave looking at y'all. Like, just kind of like, they walked in there, but I don't know if I want to commit just yet. Especially since y'all were just in the first room.
Second room ahoy.
Yeah, the hostage is definitely in the
Is-
second room.
The doorway at the end of the hall, is that still illuminated?
Yes.
Fuck. Alright.
It's a big tree.
Yeah.
Are we going in the second room then?
I guess,
Yeah. Dude, what if we do all this stuff and then we just die in the fire?
As
Well, I mean,
as we go into the second room, Harry would use his shape-shifting ability to make him bigger and bigger, so he blocks the whole entryway and double checks to see if there's any books.
Inside the room y'all are
God.
currently in? The first room?
No, the second room.
Oh, the second room. Okay.
My goodness.
I am book blocking.
So as y'all enter the second room, it's kind of like a downward sloping cave that starts to turn into actual stairs.
oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh no.
The full spectrum of reactions to something like this.
So this is like a corner up here? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, it's a corner. This is very dim to low light, like, unless y'all said you have a torch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can pass
I'm
out
holding
torches.
into it.
Okay. But yeah. So that's all y'all can see with the torchlight so far.
No,
I'm
not
gonna-
one.
I'm gonna bring up the rear, and I'm actually gonna like drop another ration on the ground for the lizard. See if it follows us.
Okay, yeah.
Let me get rid of one more ration from the
Corn-
inventory here.
Corner peek.
Alright, 1 second.
Jiggle peeking.
What the hell is it?
We can't see anything because he's so wide, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
I would actually like de-widen myself once I figure out it's a cavern. I just didn't want to double check for books. As soon as he realized it's a like hallway, he would de-widen himself.
I don't know where those are.
He's still a really big
He's still
man,
a really
though.
big man.
Y'all know that thing you do with little kids where, like, you put them on your feet and they just kind of hold onto your legs as you walk?
Mhm.
Strombo's doing that with Harry.
Nice.
Friendly reminder: Strombo is 2 feet tall.
Harry would grab Strombo and put him on his shoulder.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Fairy stack. Let's
I
go.
think I moved the board some. Okay.
Ah,
Sorry.
the entire party stumbles as the ground
Yeah, as
shifts.
the ground shifts below them. Alright, so as y'all edge around the corner, you can see another little straightaway as y'all continue to descend.
Oh, it's going down.
It's going
Damn it.
down.
Oh yeah, we're dead. We're gonna consume us.
I'm not one to jump to conclusions, but I think this leads to the temple.
That fucking does it. Galahad is he's just gonna like whip his head to look at you. What in the stars makes you say something like that?
Alright, so clearly this is a man-made structure, right? And
There are
guess
more
what?
man-made structures on Abiyala than this and the temple.
I know, it's an underground passage that goes through the desert into the temple, and that's why nobody's ever been able to get in
The
there.
desert takes days to get through.
And this passage is days long.
I mean, it takes a bit of mental gymnastics, but the logic's there.
Galahad will angrily rifle through his bag and just look exasperated as he doesn't find whatever he's looking for.
Salazar has a plus 12 in mental acrobatics.
Love it.
Oh no.
Alright, so as
It's
y'all
okay. Go ahead.
as y'all round the second corner and shine light, you see a little four-chamber with some spiders in it.
Hey, more food.
Wow. Fog.
And with that, I hop off Harry's shoulders.
So as you see the spiders, they will kind of get down in a defensive posture.
Initiative time.
Initiative time.
Initiative
The
time.
perfect angle for you to use shatter.
Is it?
I don't know.
So that's.
I mean, it would be if he rolled hotter on initiative.
I could put it like there.
Spider's only got 5. He should be able to do it.
Is that everybody?
Oh. So,
Cal.
fine.
Oh, I'm not in there again. Gosh dang it. I think it's because I keep clicking off my token.
Oh, you're
I
good.
think I do that too. So.
Oh, Calsford. Okay, I can do that. That's fine. I just didn't see it. You were the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can forcibly add ones. I just didn't know if you had rolled or not. Sweet. So Strombo, seeing off of a better vantage point on Harry's shoulders, spots the spiders first. Hops
so where
off.
I have the high ground.
Yeah.
Alright. I use my tiny little fairy legs to run. And I'm gonna do something that I've had tucked away in my back pocket for a bit.
Gonna punch with his left hand. Oh god.
So I'm gonna punch,
Ooh.
and then I'm gonna punch,
Ooh.
Even better.
and I'm gonna use a key point.
Oh my goodness.
Is this one in front of me dead yet?
It is not.
And I'm gonna punch.
Ooh.
So that first punch, that last punch does not do it.
That is
Ugh.
unfortunate.
It is
Mhm.
unfortunate.
All darn it.
And that's all my turn. There's literally nothing else I can do.
It's a good effort. So Galahad, that'll bring it to your turn.
I could cast Shatter without moving, but that would also clip 2 of my party members.
Not if
Unfortunate.
you make it hit the wall, it won't.
No. So I will move here, and yeah,
Yeah.
cast shatter in this radius ish. I don't have a grid. Don't roll garbage on damage, thanks. Haha. Fine.
11. Alright. So you see as the ground moves below, you hear a lot of skittering and chittering from inside of the cavern. But these spiders seem to be alright so far.
Mm-hmm.
Cal.
Well, if there we go.
Sorry.
This is 30. This guy is still alive
He
after
is.
shatter.
He
Okay,
is.
well, I'm gonna poke him with the sword.
Poke him with that sword.
Oh yeah.
That'll do it. What's your add to your... Okay, yeah, that does it.
Nice, max damage.
I think your just modifier straight up does it, but that does it too.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
The minimum I can do with a one-handed is 7.
Yeah, so that 100% would have done it.
Nice. I don't have any more movement, so that's all I got.
That brings it to Harry's turn.
Forward march.
What? Oh, he's big. I forgot about that.
Harry's here to help.
Sweet, that'll
Help
hit.
he does.
Yeah.
Nice.
Helping smash.
Sweet.
Let me help you go to sleep. End my turn.
Alright, and that brings it to Mullets' turn. And Mullets will roll for his 2 attacks.
Come on, mullets. Aww. Oh no!
Yeah, so
He's
Mullets is
below
like...
50.
Yeah, it's too narrow and tight in here. He doesn't want to hit anybody with his really bad aim, and he just kind of like puts 2 almost straight into the ground behind Cal. Which brings it to the spider's turn. And with the commotion going on, you actually see one more spider appear from this side. Oh, well, and the DM just completely screwed that up, but that's fine.
Weird.
Times
Nothing
it be like
happened.
that.
And then a swarm or 2 appear from this side.
Oh my goodness.
And so this one will attack Harry, because Harry is indeed here, and they're eager to hit him. I mean, a 22 to hit. And Harry, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw and take 7 damage.
Okay, I'll take the Constitution saving throw.
Sweet. So, Harry, you are now poisoned.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's rough.
And take 9 poison damage.
Okay.
That's the first time a spider has hit y'all this entire session, by the way. Yeah.
Awesome.
This spider will go up to avenge its brother that is dead. I'm gonna move it out of the way so it doesn't throw me off. And that'll be a 9 to hit. So just bites your armor once again, bounces off.
Honking on the head with the shield, be like, no.
Yeah. And that will end the spider's turn. So that'll bring it to Salazar.
All right. If I cast Shatter, can I hit these 3 without hitting Harry?
Yes, if you put this one on the edge.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
We're just gonna
All right.
tear down the
Just
fucking.
Alright.
yeah, we're gonna bring this whole place down.
I
And
learned
this is the story of how we all died in a cave-in.
I learned this one from a local tattoo artist.
Oh my god.
And he rolled higher on the damage. Oh my god.
Isn't Shatter a deck save?
It is a deck save.
Wait, no, it's con.
Is it con?
It does
wait,
say
fuck.
con.
It says con when I hit display.
It could
and
be. It
thing.
could be because he's it's a different caster.
It says con
No, it's
on
con.
Galahad
There's
too.
con.
My
Yeah.
brain is on fucking catapult for some reason. What the hell?
All right, I'll still take the 6, but it's plus
Sorry,
1.
that's my- I went in and out because my cat hit my Wi-Fi adapter.
Oh, you're
Shit.
good. Sorry, man.
Oh, okay.
So that's
was like-
2 saves. 3 saves. So only one of them saves. So it takes half damage of the 14. This is 24 minus 14. So the big spider just flat out. Ooh, it's almost dead. Not quite.
Ah.
So which one was the one that took half?
These two took half. Oh, sorry, this one took half. These two took full.
Oh.
It has a higher con save than the swarms. So Strombo, that brings it to you.
I have had it with these motherfucking spiders in this motherfucking cave. And I stomp on this
Oh.
one for very low damage. Is that enough?
It is not enough.
I do it again.
Okay. It is not enough. It's definitely like you stomp on it and like it looks very like bent out of shape, like ooze is creeping out of its thoracic, but like it's still skittering some.
I burn a key point and I do it again.
Sweet.
How was that, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cats, I tell ya. Evil.
So 19, that'll hit, and that kills it. So you fully smash this spider.
And I just march over to this one. Look it dead in its many, many eyes. And say, "You're next."
Alright. So, I forgot also, I rolled for this, but as Salazar casts Shatter, part of this wall crumbles and rocks fall. Oh no, I meant to do that right after he did it. And this swarm is crushed by a portion of it. Skidit also kind of
nice.
freaks out a little bit by it.
Damn it.
And doesn't want to go up because it's falling, but he doesn't want to get closer to y'all, so he kind of hides in this corner.
Gonna shout, stop casting shatter! Stop making loud noises as I'm yelling.
He taught me everything he knows. I'm just following him.
Alright, so
Don't do it!
that
It's
actually brings it
scaring
to
my new mount!
Galahad's turn. Seeing Galahad's name reminded me that I should have done the shatter thing. I was like, oh, I forgot it on Salazar's turn, because I'm not used to him casting shatter.
Kaladin is lucky that I've run out of second level spell slots. That's all I'm gonna say.
I guess it's all not bad. There's plenty of corpses to feed him.
Gonna keep it standard. Just gonna firebolt that swarm there.
Sweet.
Boink. No, we're not. Never
Yeah,
mind.
So there's too many little spiders for you to aim individually, and just like you fire a shot in, and they kind of scatter around it.
Oh God, I'm back.
Welcome.
Welcome back. Sorry.
As soon as that got hit, I kept on pointing, and it's like we don't beat that device. I'm like, why?
Cal, that's your turn. You didn't miss your turn, so you're good.
Crap, I spelled it wrong.
Years of progress.
Oh shit, it's my turn. I'm gonna come on. Oop, clip into the spider. Let's go here. Oh, actually, I'll stand here, but attack the big spider.
Sweet.
Nice. Never mind.
Yeah, so you are a little out of reach as you're trying to like get close to all of the spiders to hit that one exactly.
Says.
It looks like it almost hit, but like you pull away and there's no blood, and you're like, huh, must have been a little short. Harry, that brings it to your turn.
Oh great. Anybody need healing?
You do, I think.
Harry's fine. Harry's good.
You and Galahad probably still.
I'm still at half. Fine. Once I start ripping my skin off, then we're gonna have problems. But till then.
Start sending fourth level shatters everywhere.
It's up to 5th level now.
Yeah.
Ah, my poor lizard.
Gone with you, foul creature.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll
God.
do it. That spider is no longer on this plane. Like, it just crumbles into ash at the necrotic touch.
Could I like maybe control my power as soon as like the leg starts crumble to like bring it back, just because I want to keep the food?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Just instantly, like, a leg just starts to crumble on the touch, and Harry pulls away quickly.
I'm sorry, Kale. I lost a leg.
I'm just glad you were able to control it. Otherwise, I was going to yell at you.
God, they should not have made Inflict Wounds a first level spell.
Yeah. Ooh.
They
Big
also
damage.
shouldn't have let me-
Oh, he rolled
Yeah,
near max.
shatter.
Yeah. So, Mullet, seeing that most of the spiders in this room are now dead, will edge towards the door and go for the big one, because he doesn't trust his aim to aim for all the little swarms.
Ooh.
Mullets.
And
Whoa!
for once in his life, will
Wait
hit
up!
both.
Woo! Oh, that sneak!
Okay.
Love it.
I'll do this individually so I know when I kill it. Okay. And you don't get sneak on the second roll, but I also didn't add the 4 damage. Right? Do you not get sneak on the second attack?
No,
Oh,
only
no,
get
you
it
don't.
once per
Yeah,
turn.
Yeah.
Minus 10,
24
minus 4.
in total.
Oh. Okay. That was...
Badass.
I almost did it there. Which brings it to the spider's turn. The spider, getting shot twice very harmfully, will jump at Mullets and go for
Does
him.
that warrant an attack of opportunity?
It does.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it does. It dies. You didn't need to roll. It dies.
Yeah. Just as it's jumping, I just slap it into the wall.
Yeah. It had 1 hit point. And then the 2 swarms will go after Cal, making bite attacks. An 8 to hit and a 20 to hit.
Aw, man.
So
They also
what?
Do they occupy his square again?
They do occupy his square
They
again.
got like 2 entire swarms of spiders on me.
Just the
I was
one
like,
that hit.
ah!
Oh, Shatter would be really good right
No!
now.
It's like when you
Considering he
slap
has
somebody
metal
and say
armor,
there's a
shocking
mosquito on
grasp
them.
would be awesome.
What was that?
So it's,
Shocking grasp and heat metal would be great right now.
yeah.
Oh, whoa. Hold
That's-
on now.
Also, that's 10 points of piercing damage. So that's half.
I'll reduce that to 2.
Sweet.
Is there any con saves or anything from them?
Nope.
Okay.
There is not.
I'd like to cast Fireball as a reaction.
Come on!
Salazar, that is your turn.
What are you doing? I'm tanking over here.
No tag.
Eldritch Blast, that will hit for 10 damage. So all of the spiders instantly get blown away from Cal that were on his armor.
Oh, thank
There
you,
we go.
Salazar. First one not to use an AoE on me.
Leaving the swarm beside him still intact.
Damn, I missed.
Cal will
dick.
remember this.
Strombo.
Our group dynamic is just going down the fucking drain.
Can I see anything down here?
Yeah. So who all has a torch?
I think just Harry.
Just Harry?
Harry, yeah, I think just Harry.
Alright, so the torch is kind of edging around both corners. You could see that it's a hallway-ish. Like, I'll give you that. Without dark vision and with a low light.
Okay, in that case, I will, let's see.
And I'll give you all this. This swarm is dead. I just moved it out of the way.
Okay, I will, hurry scurry on over to here. And, start stomping.
Sweet. That'll hit.
There's one,
Sweet.
and there's the other.
And that's exactly what you needed.
God, those are both minimum damage rolls.
So, yeah, you definitely stomp on all of the spiders as they're, like, squirming around, trying to figure out what's going on, and
And
Bottom
just
of
the
your-
whole time you
bottom
hear
of-
under his breath, God damn fucking spider piece of shit.
He's got some big fucking feet for being 2 feet
Yeah.
tall.
just covered in gore.
Nice, good old spider gore.
Yeah.
All right, time to feed the lizard.
How
So I'll,
high is the ceiling? Sorry.
It is not as high as the other rooms that y'all been in. So, like, y'all had, like, 2 or 3 stories in the other rooms. This one's, like, a 1-story room. Like, it's very normal sized ceiling for this portion.
Hey, Harry.
grab a spider corpse and feed it to the lizard, or at least drop it right here for him.
Yeah.
I'll
So as
back
you
it
drop
up.
it, you're wondering when this lizard will ever stop eating, because it like goes up and snatches it with like almost the same ferocity. Like you're like, how long has this lizard gone without eating? Like he's eaten 8 full spiders and 6 rations.
Hell yeah, he's a growing boy. I'm gonna give him another one. And I'll just drop it right here in front of him and back up and back away again.
Sweet. So he'll snap that up as well.
Salazar.
While he's feeding his friend, you gotta ask. There's a fork in the road, so we gotta ask which way the hostage is.
Doesn't fucking matter. Goddamn spiders everywhere. Piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking down the hall.
Sweet.
Like, for this final spider, can I just like dismantle it and just like put parts of it like into my bag just to like,
Yeah, make
like eat a leg at a time or something.
make a sleight of hand check.
Hey, hostage, is there any spiders where you are?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you fully dismantle it. You avoid the poison sacs and all, and you have spider pieces in your bag.
During this time, I cast Lesser Restoration on myself too.
Cool. So as y'all explore this hallway, you see a room. That seems to be empty now. There's a few like cobwebs in it. You can maybe think that this is where those spider reinforcements came from, but that's about all you could guess.
Is there any like inscriptions on the wall or anything on the ceiling?
There's not on the ceiling or the walls. You do see like that little like cobblestone circle in the middle, but
Can I detect magic in here just for shits and giggles?
yeah.
Just a small nitpick. There were 4 corpses. I was gonna try to dismantle the second one.
So
I didn't feed the lizard.
give me another sleight of hand. So you do not detect any magic in here. And yeah, you fully dismantle the second one as well.
Oh yeah.
Hey gentlemen, we've been given a small room. Might I suggest a short rest?
I don't think it's all cleared out. We could be attacked
Sure.
ambush anytime.
That is why we're doing a short rest.
If
I
we
say let them try and come to us.
if we short rest, what about the fire upstairs? Or are you saying that it's okay to take a short rest because the temple's on the other side?
I think it's safe to take a short rest because stone
Gala-
don't burn.
Galahad's eye.
Is this the
audibly
Temple of Fire?
twitches.
Wait,
Still,
what?
I twitch.
Audibly twitches. The muscle contractions are just so powerfully defined. Well, considering we weren't willing to do anything about the fire in the first place, the only thing we can do is wait for it to die down.
You're right. I'll take a short rest. I don't care either way.
Sweet.
We can see this tomb, right?
Yeah, y'all can. Now that Harry's standing in the doorway, yes.
Do still want a short rest.
Yeah, so are we short resting?
But-
If y'all are short resting, I just need to know how long.
Yeah, if you guys are short resting, Cal will just stay over by the lizard and just like slowly just feed it spider pieces.
Sweet. Give me a animal handling check while it's a short rest.
Okay. Roll good, roll good, roll good. Oh shit.
Yeah, so you're handing it food, and you could tell that that's almost the only reason it's currently here, especially after all of the commotions. Like it's like this was the only place to go. Y'all seem to be able to handle the spiders for me, and I get free food, so I'm not complaining about following you.
Fair enough, Skedit. Fair enough.
What? Is there any details we can pick up on this sarcophagus?
Yeah, roll me an investigation. And how long are y'all short resting?
Like 30 minutes?
30
Question mark.
minutes-ish?
30 minutes?
Wait,
Okay.
don't
I can do 30 minutes.
you?
I would guidance him too.
Okay. With an investigation, you can see it is a full like marble sarcophagi almost, but it's very dingy. Like this is a very, very old tomb. Like where even the marble has turned kind of dusty and dingy, and it's a little web covered. But other than that, it's just a marble encasement.
There's no like markings or inscriptions on it.
Like the top of it has like a form, but it's very weathered down. You can tell that it is a humanoid shape. It is about like the whole thing is about 7 foot long, but the humanoid shape on it is like 5-6 feet. But any distinct features have been kind of rubbed off of it. And then other than that, it just has like the normal like crack from like where the top can be moved off of the bottom. But it's not like any marked special thing.
Is there anything over here for it?
Yeah, so this one looks to be very similar, if not the same, except for it is crumbled and has been moved off the top. You can see that there's nothing currently in it, but there is like a, not quite like an etching, but like residue of where a body used to lie.
Okay. I'm gonna like kind of search the walls around it. Is there anything that like stands out, like secret door wise or anything?
There's little compartments like where you could see like where candles of old have been placed, either from visitors or while they were sealing people in here, but no writing in this area.
Okay. Back away.
Can Salazar get into the sarcophagus?
Yeah, I mean,
And
if you probably make a strength check to move like the top a little bit off more, but yeah, you could definitely fit in it. Yeah, so you can move it. I mean, it's rubble at this point, so you can kind of shove some of it off and make your way in, get the debris out and everything.
he mainly wants to see what's on the other side of the lid.
So the lid is just crumbled up like in a corner over here. Like it's not like.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see the perspective of a dead man, I guess.
Oh, did I hide it? I meant to reveal it.
Like trap door.
Okay.
No. I was trying to reveal because I didn't know if like I had the edge of it revealed enough for you to see, and that's why you were looking.
It's like that Dark Souls coffin. Now he's a female.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
All right. So
Cool.
once again, we come at yet another fork in the road. What are we doing, boys?
Wait,
So,
Dear.
as Harry gets closer here, y'all can see a little bit more of this.
what if the hostage is inside of that one?
Yeah, one of y'all should open up this sarcophagus and make sure no one is in there.
The wizard's
He's got a good
standing
point.
back in a short rest.
I'm gonna try to open up this sarcophagus lid.
I use guidance on him.
Sweet. Roll me a strength check. 14. Yeah, so you can definitely like start to shift it. It's a slow process. Like it's taken a lot of muscle to move. Like you definitely didn't just throw it off, but you can definitely start to push it to a side. And after a good minute of pushing, it slams into the floor with like a very significant thud.
Uh-oh.
And you see inside the sarcophagi, and it is a wrapped up mummy figure. Again, it's in between 5 and 6 feet. And like this has been here so long that like the wrappings have like caved in at the stomach. Whatever used to exist here, I mean, has withered away to quite a large extent, even being mummified. Inside the sarcophagi, I'll let y'all roll it. Roll me whoever wants to look inside, you can make it for the party. Roll me a d20.
Anybody that's looking?
Yeah. Just one for the party. Whoever wants to look.
Oh.
14.
The
Yeah.
initiative.
I mean, so y'all find a ruby necklace on the neck. There's a pack of gold and a scepter.
Is Salazar that has detect magic?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Salazar and ask him if he notices anything magical about these items.
So the necklace just seems like a regular necklace. The gold is just gold. But the scepter does seem to have some magical qualities to it.
He'll just tell Cal that.
Okay. I guess with that, Cal will just pick up the necklace. Then look at the scepter. And is it like Arcana to see if I can see anything else about it?
Yeah.
Harry will help you look because Harry is interested in the ride with guidance.
Sweet, with a 20 Arcana, you can kind of tell, like, there's ruins in this spider cave, so the two should probably be connected, and this staff probably has some magical, like, abilities to control insects. Maybe not, like, control wild insects, but definitely, like, there's a spell-oriented insect component to this staff.
I'll relay that to the party. And then I guess unless anybody objects, Cal will actually just stash the necklace in his bag and leave the gold for whoever wants it.
Strombo will grab the gold because no one else is going for it.
Harry would grab the gold and hand it to Salazar, being like, "Here, you can buy more rations with this."
More
I-
rations.
I
for him.
didn't want
So-
more ration. Just
Well, we keep on feeding him to the lizard. He's like 10 people.
Harry
Cal-
and Strumbo both went for the gold.
Yep.
So y'all can either make opposing sleight of hand checks or
Harry will purposely fail. He's not going to fight for it,
okay.
but that's what he would do. He would
Strombo's not that
squint,
generous.
he would squint at Strombo when he grabs it, though.
Did anyone take the scepter?
Yeah. I'll back up here.
we've got a scepter that controls insects and a whistle that controls pirates.
Oh yeah, we do have that whistle.
And Galahad's gonna pick up the scepter.
We got a staff of more goddamn spiders.
We should probably blow the whistle just to double check if there's pirates in here.
You know what? You're right. Maybe there's some pirates in here, and then I'll blow the
Don't-
whistle.
Don't blow it too loud.
Sweet. So this is the staff that you picked up, Galahad. It does require attunement, so I'm gonna say you don't know all of the detail from that section, but that's the staff.
Oh my goodness.
In the meantime, could this at least serve as a like a casting focus?
Yeah.
Ooh, awesome.
While they're all focused on the staff, I'd like to count the money I just got.
Cool. It is 6 gold.
Oh yeah,
Oh, cool.
neat.
All right. Well, I blow on my pirate whistle.
All right. So you need to make a 1d20 charisma check. With an 8.
Pretty,
Okay.
pretty solid if I say so myself.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. As you whistle, the reverberations of the whistle kind of bound off the walls around you, and kind of echo up the cavern. Yeah, that's what happened so far.
That's all right. Mullets has our flank.
Yeah.
Does he?
I like to think the lizard does.
Mullets is like trying to keep an eye on the lizard. Like he doesn't want to leave anything out of sight. He's just like, all right, guys, it's following us. Like, it's really following us. Like, what if it decides to turn on us? We should turn on it.
Oh no. As long as we keep it fed, it should be fine. And I've been feeding it a lot. It's been eating a lot of spiders.
Well, you see, Mullets, if it does decide to turn on us, you better hope it doesn't like chicken.
Mullets, if you think about it, we've turned on you more times than the lizard has.
Oh
He's
my
got
god.
a point there.
Mullets is gonna back away a step
We
and go,
still have that glass of water.
"You're right."
This is where I lose. This is where we lose our guide. All right.
Christ.
Alright, so
And then Strombo's gonna put on like the biggest fake smile and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "But don't worry, we want the best for you. We want to make sure you get back to town safe and sound." So, you know, ease his mind.
and Mullets is gonna right.
This party has a rather big problem of talking for the group when we all have very
Yeah.
different things. in
So
mind.
as y'all been waiting, and as the whistle reverberates around the cavern, besides Mullets, you see something snap into existence.
Oh my god.
Try to take a bite at Mullets, miss, and disappear.
Oh. Get away from there.
Ah!
Mullets is gonna freak out, like lose his shit. Like, what? Y'all did that? Did y'all do that?
Galahad's gonna hear bullets screaming and peek his head around the corner. What exactly?
It's a
Strombo's gonna
giant
see that
white
and
spider.
turn in the direction of it and say, "Get back here, you big bitch. Fight me like a man."
Yeah, and so it does not move. It does not pop back into existence.
Well, it sounds like we need to go help, but I also need to help this body, so I'm gonna put it to rest real quick.
Oh, should we be rolling initiative?
And I
No.
burned the body, by the way, to put it to rest.
Okay. So you hear like an echo of a whisper as you burn the body, but no, that was just in case, depending on what y'all decide to do. I'm using your initiatives from that room that y'all are still in for now.
Mm-hmm.
He burned the body?
He burned the mummy, yeah.
My goodness.
To put it to rest.
I-
And he gives a little prayer.
Oh, cool. I guess, well, spider notwithstanding, would Cal know of any, like, cultures or anything that would, like, mummify people and put them in sarcophaguses? Sarcophagi?
Cal can make
Of Abya-Yala?
he can make a history check with disadvantage.
Nice.
No. You have no idea. Like, you had no idea this entire side of the continent was inhabited at all, let alone any of the history of it.
Very, very old. Stone is made
Isn't
of
history
stone.
just the present, but back?
That's all the past is.
It's just the past. The present, but later, but before. Time is just wibbly wobbly.
Isn't today just yesterday's tomorrow? Something to consider.
I fly to the ceiling.
Galahad wants to go home.
Yeah, there's some people.
Too much philosophy. Being a
Look
rebel
here,
going
there's
up the other
another
side.
There's another coffin here, guys.
Where's our professional coffin lifter?
I'm over here, surrounded by the void. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I'm trying to light it up as Harry moves.
It's all good.
The hairy helper scout.
Yeah.
Me fly around, me scout.
So I'll just take a look at the lid. first before I try to move it.
So as you take a look at this lid, it is a lot more innate, like innate, ornament than the other lid. You can still make out some features. There's a band around the head of this one, and one of the legs is drawn oddly, kind of engraved oddly on it. But again, there's no specific writing on it or anything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to move it.
Sweet.
Nice.
So you can shift it just a little bit, but it definitely didn't budge as well as the first one. This one may have stuck a little bit more with age. And it seems to be taking you a lot longer to push it off. You know, you're sweating, and it's not budging nearly as much. You're getting a little movement at a time.
As he's
Once
opening
heavier.
it, once it gets about an inch open, I just want to like squeeze through
Oh my
and
gosh.
just like loot anything that's in it.
Sweet. So
I closed the lid. I'm kidding. I don't do that.
We beat Duke Wellington.
Duke Wellington is no more.
We have captured Duke Wellington.
Truly karmic retribution.
right. Cool. I'm typing it out. Hang on.
Everything in this cursed, and you die.
Yeah.
Is Mullet still back, like all the way back there?
No, I'm just balancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, you die. The coffin edition.
Okay. Cool. So, Strombo's just gonna, you know, add the gold to his pouch. He's gonna pocket the ring. He's gonna put the crown in his pouch.
Oh,
And
did
then-
you DM it to him?
Yeah. Just in
Yeah.
case.
Okay.
And he's gonna come out and be like, weirdly enough, this one just has a sword.
I'd like to think
what?
that Strombo was actually saying all of that, like I'm gonna put that ring in my pocket, I'm gonna put that crown in my bag, I'm gonna...
I was gonna get real interested in that sword. Do you mind if I take a look at that sword?
Go for it. I ain't using it.
Nice. Anything special about it?
Dewdrop-Harry gonna talk about any of that, or... You're just gonna let us...
I've came back. Got some good scouts. I think we need to hurry up.
Look at this fucked up line of sight for
I'm trying to be nice. Oh, well, as Harry gets over... Oh, I'm going to move the whole map. Sorry. As Harry gets into this corner,
Nice.
I told you guys, we need to hurry up.
he is going to get attacked as he rounds the corner. Does 14 hit?
No.
Okay. And this thing will disappear.
itch.
Meow.
Boom.
I saw nothing.
I was too interested in looking at the sword. I don't know what happened.
Galahad saw that.
And Cal, that's just a +1 sword.
Ooh.
What sword?
+1.
Yes.
+1, +1.
Does
Love
the
it.
spider see Harry then, I presume?
the spiders do see Harry.
What are they doing?
Well,
they
they
just
both
look at
attacked
him
you.
and- Okay.
Yeah, they both attacked you.
So am I in initiative or not yet? That's what I'm trying to
We
figure
can
out.
roll initiative, yes.
Because I'm like, am I supposed to just like take the attacks, run away? Like, am I supposed to attack him? Because Harry would just go brute force and just kill him.
They surprise attacked you, so now it is up to you whether to run away and get your party or to roll initiative.
Harry would roll initiative. He doesn't care
Yeah.
about the pie.
Galahad saw that and he would help. Fuck. Also realized I should have another cantrip. Whoops.
Oh, nice. Now I roll a 20. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. I've had plenty of 20s this session.
You had way more than you should have.
I take back my
One of them.
previous comment.
One of them is up here.
Yeah, he's still following. Give him a second.
Oh, yeah.
And bullets.
Damn it, I wish I would have taken proficiency in animal handling now. I thought I was going to keep my horse forever.
Yeah, the funny thing is Harry has +5.
You should be helping me every time.
I mean, you need to talk to Harry. He tried for once.
I'll ask him about it, maybe.
Yeah, even I have +4.
Gosh, dang it. I need to try to add that sword to my inventory. I'll figure this out.
Alright. So as y'all have all rolled initiative, I think I got rid of the thing. Strombo's technically first.
Nice.
You said Galahad, you said you were going to yell to the party that they were attacking?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so Strombo, you're first.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh boy. Just within my movement. Because I know Harry got attacked, I'm just gonna zoom on over to him. And seeing the spider, I'm going to, using my blood rage against spiders that I have now, I'm gonna stomp on it twice, or stomp at it twice, I suppose. And I assume only the first one hit, or the second one hits?
For that one, yes.
Cool. And that's it. That's all I do.
Alright. Brings it to Cal's turn.
Just equipping that long sword on the website real quick, and we're good. That should work now. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's it. That's all I got. Actually, no, I'll just dash. There we go.
Okay. Alright, so you dash. Brings it to Molitz's turn. 15. Yeah, and then Molitz will attack. Adding the wrong stats. It's fine.
Ooh. Ooh.
Let's
Ooh,
go.
baby.
Yeah, so he's actually
On
gonna
fire.
hit both of those. I think I did it backwards. I think it's +4 to hit, +3. I don't know what it is. Okay. Plus 1d6. So that's 12 damage. And 8 damage. So this spider just straight up dies.
Good job, Mullets. You're hitting a lot of your shots now.
Well, let's go. I guess. at least y'all tank so I can target practice, but I still don't approve of this.
Oh, it'll be worth it in the end. I hope. As I pick up the spider corpse and feed it to the lizard.
Salazar, that's your turn.
Hey guys, what do you think's in here? And then he takes a dash action to get over here, I guess.
Sweet.
Oh crap! We're still in initiative.
We are.
Oh, bad. Take back everything I just did.
Alright, so Salazar's turn ends. The spider pops back into existence and takes a bite.
Oh, hey!
Strombo. That's a 22 to hit.
That'll do it. That'll
make-
be the first thing to hit me the entire time.
Make a con save for me.
Okay. Oh boy.
So you are now poisoned.
Neat. That's always good.
You take 31 damage total. 11 piercing and 20 poison damage.
Holy shit!
God damn.
You said 31?
31.
Oh boy.
Put you down?
That is exactly how much HP I have.
Oh man.
Oh fuck!
God.
And that's its turn. Harry, that's your turn.
I just got fucking one shot.
Well, good thing we had a short rest before this. I'll use preserve life for 15 on him. Wait, you had what's your max HP again?
31.
31. Okay, I'll do it 15.
Oh boy. And
Fuck.
I'm
Ow.
back.
Yeah, so Strombo, you see your life flash before your eyes, and then blink, and you're staring up at the ceiling.
You kill. Still keep the poison trait if he's unconscious.
He does.
Okay.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah,
that's-
it was either getting rid of poison or getting back up, and I can't
Right.
really.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Even if he is down, like if he hits 0 hit points and y'all don't do anything, he's still poisoned for an hour.
Gotcha.
Oh. Fuck.
Can I do like any type of like perception type of thing on this creature, or is it in my turn?
You could try to roll a perception, yeah. I would do nature if you're trying to figure out. What are you trying to figure out about the creature?
All Harry knows is this creature's a lot different than the other one, so he's just trying to figure out why. He doesn't even know what he's really looking for.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll a perception for that. So
He's just really just looking at the creature. That's about all.
so with a 14 perception, you see this spider is colored very differently from the other colors. It is white and blue. It stands just a little bit taller. And you can tell it's not teleporting per se, but it doesn't quite fully exist on this plane.
Oh wow.
Good to know. I'll end my turn.
Galahad.
He's gonna watch. He's gonna watch Salazar just run past, and then he's gonna hear Strombo and just see him get fucking planed. Just kind of gasp for a moment, and the landscape on his chest at the moment is a swamp, so he's gonna take like all 5 fingers and just rip 5 vines out, run forward, and attempt to lasso the spider through the use of Hold Monster. So
Ooh.
DC 15 Wisdom, please, versus paralysis.
Ooh, 2.
Go
That's
get him,
not
boys.
gonna do it. So he is now restrained.
Paralyzed, yeah.
Paralyzed? Okay.
It's my turn.
Sweet. So Strombo, that's your turn, and any attack you make can be made with advantage if he's paralyzed.
And
Well,
it'll crit.
I wish that were true, but let's not forget, I'm also
Yeah,
poisoned.
so it's just normal.
Oh, yeah, it's
Luckily,
just
It's a
normal.
normal attack.
If you hit
Mhm.
though,
at
it's
least you're
not
pretty
okay.
consistent now. So,
Yeah.
but then
So,
it's,
Strombo is big mad now.
Stop.
So, stomp
Stop.
Stomp will do
and
it.
stomp
And second stomp will not. We'll do it. Yeah, they'll both do it.
and key
Nice.
point and stomp.
And that'll do it.
Ooh.
Three
AB.
crits.
So,
Woo.
let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's the base 3. And just for the sake of not dealing with my modifier, there's another 5 on it
Cool.
Nice.
for the crit damage.
So Strombo stomps this thing. It's not looking super hot.
I think that's 28 damage.
Yeah, it's not looking super hot. I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
it's bleeding. Legs are smashed up.
Son of a bitch! Oh my god.
Oh
this
man,
is
that's too
impressive.
funny.
Whatever.
Wait until we level up and my attacks become D6s.
Oh god.
All right. So that's Strombo's turn. Cal, it's your turn. Now you have
Uh,
advantage.
So noticing this spider's paralyzed, he's actually gonna drop his shield and actually dual wield his longswords. No, I can't. I don't have dual wielder. Never mind. I'll just use the +1 then.
Sweet. You still have advantage.
You can do it two-handed.
Yeah, you can do it two-handed, but
I do more damage using it one-handed.
a 19 will hit.
Oh, potentially. Just depends on what it rolls.
Yeah,
so
12.
12,
that actually
and
that
then
does it.
nice.
Yeah.
Gonna from my angle, it's gonna bisect it at the middle there if I can.
Sweet. Yeah. You fully bisect this spider.
Nice. What you get for taking out my friends.
Sweet. So as Cal bisects this spider, I think that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Wait, I want to feed the lizard.
You could feed the lizard.
This is like when he was running between the stable and the like tavern, like every 15
exactly
minutes.
what's happening. Yeah, that's exactly what's
hours.
happening right now. Just feed him this. I don't know what the hell to do with this thing.
Sweet.
I'm
What?
scared about now the right now. We dealt with the left, but now we have to deal with the right.
It's
It's the worst that could happen.
alright. Well, I gotta go, so that was fun, guys.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah,
everybody.
it was a
Later.
great
Okay,
session.
everyone.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Have a good one.
Next week it is. Let's
Next week.
Let's get it.
have a good one. guys.
Later.
Later. Alright, as always, thank you guys for watching. We won't have a session this Wednesday. Still got some scheduling conflicts on that one. But tune in next Monday. I may stream and just play games on Wednesday regardless. So, thank you.